Welcome into Rob Wright's Shanks Pop Culture, and today we got a lot to discuss in music. Man, we got a lot. We've lost some folks that we got to talk about. Even some recent news that just came out. We've got the hits of 1973, which is going to be an interesting discussion because some of the ones at the top probably shouldn't be as high as some of the ones that are further down. But more on that in a sec. We got some music news from 1973, which is very interesting. And then we've got an album we love, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, to talk about today. So it's going to be a great show. And let me introduce my panel, my lovely, wonderful panel. AJ Pepsi One, how are you today?
Hey, I am doing really well. A little bummed because I have to go back to work tomorrow and do
Oh,
germ reactors on Friday, but hey, it's okay. It is okay. Oh, no, it's not. It's not okay at all. I need some.
oh,
I need some
I'm
more
sorry about
wine.
that. But hopefully we'll have a little bit of fun. I know we got a little bit of sadness at first, but hopefully we'll have some fun tonight and chase those blues away. Um, Stark of Iron is my next guest, and oh my gosh, 1709, buddy. That's awesome.
1709? No, 1701.
1701. Sorry, 1701. 1701.
No, we hit 1701 a few days ago, but I just now had the opportunity to sit down and get the assets that I wanted to do because it's obviously that number is pretty significant for all of us Star Trek fans out there. I know, shocker. I know. So I figured I'd update my front page video with 1701. I'm hoping to be at 2K by my birthday in September. That is the goal.
Yes, so folks,
Get there.
Share, like, and subscribe. Not on my channel, but subscribe to Stark of Iron. He's a great channel, awesome stuff. He does some wonderful voices, sings some wonderful songs, has a lot of fun pop culture references. The man's just amazing.
And I'm going to be lighting up the 88s, given the most recent news that I was given. I will be lighting up the 88s this coming Thursday, doing some songs by the late and great Tom Lehrer on keys.
Yep, and we're going to get to that in just a minute.
Yeah.
Heather L., how are you? Welcome.
Thank you, Rob. I am happy to be here. I've been, pretty down this week, just feeling melancholy. I mean,
Tell me about
all the losses, but especially Ozzy hit super hard for me. So I just been, kind of down in the dumps. But I'm happy to be here. This is going to be a fun show. Always great to hang out with all you guys and the chat. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for everybody coming in here in the chat. Please like, subscribe, share. YouTube with their algorithms, that's gone a little bit crazy, but we got some sad news to start off. We originally last week we lost 5 major celebrities, and apparently we've got a couple more on the way. So guys, if you hadn't heard the news, unfortunately, Tom Lehrer, who is a great satirist, if you go to Doomcock's channel, which we all go and have fun on Friday Night Frolics, Doomcock really loves Tom Lehrer, and he sings a lot of his songs. And unfortunately, he passed away at the age of 97 yesterday. So we're deeply saddened about that. And then apparently there's some news about Clint Eastwood that Agent Pepsi One shared.
Yeah, I mean, he is not. He's 95 or 96 now, and my understanding is he is not doing well at all. He's basically confined to his house.
Oh gosh.
So, yeah, I mean, he was a heavy smoker for much of his life. That may have something to do with it. I guess everybody that generation, really.
Well, but 90s, I mean, that's still.
Yeah, I mean, he's in his mid-90s, and.
And then apparently Phil Collins is another one that's in hospice care. He's still with us, but he's not doing well at all.
Phil Collins?
Yeah, Phil Collins. Yep. And then somebody else you mentioned, Bonnie Tyler.
Yeah, Bonnie Tyler is also not doing as well as she could.
Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, all these icons are just, they're very old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're in the twilight. They're in their twilight years, and
Well, all we can do is kind of remember them and say, how much we love what they gave to the world. And speaking of
Exactly.
the world, let me do this. Let me bring up, let me add to the stage my slideshow. And the first one we're going to talk about, who passed away last week, is the great Ozzy Osbourne. It's so sad to see him go, but a couple things that I have to say about him real quick is that he got to give one last concert a couple weeks ago, and all the proceeds went to leukemia research and hospice and other types of medical treatments, and
Parkinson's as well.
Parkinson's as well.
And 190 million of which went to Parkinson's.
Parkinson's, yeah. So, well done, Ozzy, on the way out. The other thing that I heard was that over the last 30 some odd years, he's been trying to help people, and he gave a lot to rehab centers, gave a lot of money to, mental illnesses and alcohol and drug recovery centers, because he wanted people to, get over it like he did. And, say what you want about Ozzy and his music or anything like that, but when somebody is that aware and does things to help his fellow man, you got to say well done. You got to say somebody actually did something and realized it and tried to make a difference in this world before he left. And he leaves behind music that we're going to love and we're going to miss, but the man did some great things for people that we didn't necessarily know about or see. And that should be known. So, but yeah, I know you guys, I was, a casual fan of him. I had friends that were big metalheads. And I remember my first exposure to him was hanging out with my friend Ricky, who was a metalhead, and we'd listen to his music while playing Contra. And that was just always so much fun. But I know you guys have a little bit more to say about Ozzy. I'm going to let you guys go in turn. Who wants to go first?
Well, I mean, I'll say something. He's known to be. He was known to be a very humble man.
Yeah.
And he's not. He was. Known to be. A consummate showman. He would always take time out for the fans. So I think that last concert, I think he knew that his time was, nearing the end, and I think this was something he wanted to do for the fans. Like the others, his music will live on in the hearts of the fans. So he will never be forgotten.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would say whoever says anything bad about him is ignorant and deserves a boot up the ass, because all you're doing is paying attention to like ridiculous media headlines that are, a few just stupid incidents, and you know absolutely nothing about the person or the artist. Like Agent Pepsi once said, he was incredibly humble. He did so much for the fans. He was never a dick, never turned down autographs. Just such a great person when you see him in interviews. I never was a big fan of the Osbourne show. I didn't really watch it, but I did get to see some of that one where he was on the road with his son Jack in an RV, and you could kind of see in that just the way that he treats people, what his real personality is like. Not anything like, some of these weird incidents when he was young that people like blow out of proportion and have made like his entire persona. And yeah, for me, it's just a huge loss, and not just him. I'm so glad that I got to see him so many times live, and got to grow up with in the era that his music was popular, and the whole basically my whole entire life. He's been his music has been popular, so he will be missed. He will. He was just so naturally funny and such a great entertainer. It's a huge loss for me.
And real quick, FKHC 2005 said that Phil's PR guys came back and said that he's not in hospice.
He's not in hospice. That is confirmed.
Yeah. Whew, thank God.
What can I say about Ozzy that hasn't been said already? For starters, it was an honor to pay him homage and tribute Thursday night. Heather was there for that. I actually started early because of Heather, and now that's my new start time. By default, it's 5 p.m. for Thursday. And it looks like I'm going to have to provide musical homage again for Tom Lehrer. But what can be said about Ozzy? Like the first and last show that Ozzy Osbourne ever did where he could not stand up and thank the audience and take a bow, blow kisses, and tell them that he loved you all was the one that happened 2-3 weeks ago in Birmingham. This guy was a traditionally trained iconoclast, and he introduced me to music. Black Sabbath introduced me to music, not just metal, music, and what it was like to make music, listen to music, feel the message of music. Ozzy is intrinsic to some of my earliest musical muses. To this day and to the end of the day, there will be no other person that will ever walk the face of this earth that'll be like Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, 100%.
He was the epoxy that bridged psych rock into heavy metal. He is one of the 4 grandfathers of modern heavy metal and all subgenres therein. His music will outlive us, will outlive our kids, will outlive our kids' grandkids. Period. His music is timeless. His message is timeless. I could go back and listen to Iron Man, and it's the same thing that it hit back then. It's a message of war and how war can turn against the war makers. Same thing with War Pigs. There's just something that could be said that like I haven't said already. Like, the guy was an icon. The guy was almost as around long as Margaret Thatcher, or Queen Elizabeth, or Lemmy Kilmister, or names that you just don't forget for whatever reason. Famous, infamous, doesn't matter. When you think of Ozzy Osbourne, you think of this dude who bit off of a head off of a bat or sword or some thought, to the point that the record companies are like, "Are you sure? Are you? Did you?" Yeah, well, I did go get my rabies shots. And now Phil Collins, I'm glad he's not in hospice. Phil Collins is also a revolutionary musician.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you got bad people, you got good people, and they're all remembered for certain things, but Ozzy was one of the best people. I've been seeing pictures float up here recently about metalheads versus hippies, right? And it's like metalheads, it's like they look angry, but they're the nicest people you know. And hippies are like, they act like they're the nicest people you know, but they actually hate your guts.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, I think it is.
Ozzy's like the tip of the spear of that concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
And there ain't ever going to be a man like him ever again. And there ain't ever going to be music like his ever again.
No. And, Brian May joined the funeral procession and played the first part of Mama, I'm Coming Home on acoustic guitar at the funeral. And apparently just so many people lined up with flowers. But, what a man, the good things that he done, and just remember his music and remember some of the good things about him. That's what counts. So the next person, wow, I wasn't a big wrestling fan, but this guy was a cultural icon of the 80s.
He's a symbol of America.
Hulk
Hogan was a symbol of America.
Yeah, I mean, he's just amazing. So many fans, and you saw the fan interaction. If you go watch some of the way he treated fans, the way he signed autographs, the way little kids would come up to him and give his speeches and do stuff, and he'd give them high fives. a buddy of mine actually met him and said, "Hey, we're wearing the same T-shirt, but man, you're much bigger than I am." And he's like, "We're the same team, brother." But just Hulk Hogan was a very entertaining, actually good guy from what I've heard. His interactions with the fans, I've always heard, have been really good. And then, not to get on the religious end, but he did become a Christian last year, which is good. So I know where he's at. And then, of course, his pictures from Rocky 3, which is a great movie that he appears in. But anybody else, anything to say about the Hulkster?
Yeah, I just have to say, I understand, professional wrestling is choreographed, and quite frankly, it has to be. That's why those guys would be dead. But nonetheless, if you have two guys that big, even choreographed or not, it is really going to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So, that is something that needs to be said. And for some reason, so many professional wrestlers do pass very early. Now, I understand Hulk Hogan was 71.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty
So,
young.
yeah, but, but like I said, professional wrestlers, they tend to pass really early. I think it's just size.
The
Yeah, and it
physical
might have
toll
something
that
to do with other stuff, but we
Yeah,
won't
I
get
think
into that.
maybe a little self improvement, we'll call it, but also just the toll that their body takes from doing that stuff. That's
Yeah,
and then the painkillers that they're on, and I don't know, not super healthy.
Yeah, it has to be very painful.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an icon for sure. I was never a big wrestling fan, but I remember it used to come on like after cartoons, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes,
these guys were such showmen. They're just characters, and that was what was entertaining about it. I don't know about this era. I don't really watch it, but the era that these guys were in, man, they were really just over the top personalities.
Yeah. Oh, Heather, you loved it when they ripped their shirts off.
I loved Roddy Piper. I had a crush on him when I was a little kid.
It's because you saw him and They Live beating the shit out of Keith David. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah. I don't know
Put the
why
fucking glasses on. Put them on.
He's so obnoxious. I don't know why.
The weirdest was George the Animal Steel, who would rip up the stuffing on the side of the ring and chew the cotton in his mouth. You're just like, what the heck?
Oh, God. Funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan, two different people. One was a character that represented America. Another was a family man and a father. A lot of people, especially with like wrestlers and stuff, the thing I liked about WWF was it was a show. It was a show that used to also take liberties with its characters. It would stretch the bounds of the imagination. It was, you had people that were, like The Undertaker from Death Valley, who's a zombie that could steal your soul. You had the Ultimate Warrior coming straight out of the Amazon with like the savage discipline of a jungle man. You had like all of like these really kick-ass characters. And Hulk Hogan was the symbol of America. His character was America and never backing down and always rising to the challenge and facing down your foes. That's why some of the most iconic Hulk matches was against Iron Sheik.
Yep.
And
this guy.
Yeah, and Andre. That's
Andre
right.
the Giant.
Yeah. So, wrestling nowadays, WWE wrestling, it really is just about who has a bigger dick than the other guy. There is no wacky characters anymore. There's no eccentric personalities. There's no supernatural elements or anything. It's just, I got more people on Insta, fight me. Really, that's what wrestling is nowadays. There's hardly any. It just doesn't have the same flavor like it did during the WWF era.
The artistry is gone.
Saying he's the best wrestler of all time, but then breaking every rule like Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Ric Flair's on his knees. Please don't hurt me. I give up. Just punches him right in the balls. Like that era's gone.
Yep.
That era's gone. And Hulk Hogan was a symbol of America. Like, period, bar none. I loved Hulk Hogan. I was a wrestling fan. I was a Taker fan, though. Taker was my main dude. Love Undertaker. Now, the day that something happens to Mark is the day you ain't going to see me for like a month. God.
Oh, gosh. Oh, well, let's hope he's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The other person we lost was Malcolm Jamal Warner, who we knew is Theo from The Cosby Show.
Cosby Show, yep.
And the sad thing is that he got caught in an undertow and drowned
Oh God.
in Costa Rica. So, gosh, be careful when you're swimming in the ocean, folks.
That's dangerous. Yeah, that could catch you.
Yeah, but I heard that he was actually, you didn't see him in a whole lot of stuff because I understand that he did a lot of family type stuff and Christian type shows. He was very much a man of faith and very much a family man. And apparently he was, I think, with his grandkids and his daughter on vacation. And it's sad. But I have very fond memories of, I know Bill Cosby has ruined his legacy, but the Cosby Show was a great show. And I remember growing up, and Theo was always having problems with school. And he somehow managed to get through. And the cool thing about it was in the finale, he graduated from college, which just the hopefulness of that show was that even somebody can overcome their learning disabilities and struggles and still make something of themselves. And that's what Theo's story arc was. And I thought Malcolm Jamal Warner was really great as Theo. So Tasha, Agent Pepsi One, and Heather, any thoughts on Malcolm Jamal Warner?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really watch the Cosby Show, so not really. I'm just, it's very sad that he passed the way he did.
Yeah, and he was
tragic.
Like in his 50s. Yeah.
Someone so young. I mean, to me, God, he had so much life left. He seems like a good man.
Yeah.
He didn't do a lot of. You didn't see him in a lot. But this is an iconic role. Even if you didn't watch the Cosby Show much, I mean, everyone kind of knows who this is. I don't know. It's sad. I don't know. I didn't have any particular attachment to him the way I do some artists really speak to you. But God, this show growing up for me was always present, and it's sad to lose someone so young.
And then Tony had to run away. Hey, Tony, thoughts on Malcolm Jamal Warner?
Yeah, he was the voice of jazz, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the voice of jazz in the first live action.
Yeah. This guy was also an icon. A lot of Gen Z icons have passed away. This is another one to the pile. This is the worst Grim Reaper sprint that I've seen in forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
very funny, very talented, very animated personality, cool guy.
Yeah, it's sad to hear how he died, and the fact that he did this. So I mean, it's just, gosh, it's crazy. So yeah, we also lost a jazz legend, and I don't know if you guys know this guy. I thought he was really a great.
Chuck Mangione.
Chuck Mangione, what a great, incredibly great jazz musician. You've got his trumpet playing was just so amazing. If you've heard anything by him, Land of Make Believe, Feel So Right. Just so many good songs that he's done. Go and listen to him. Apparently he died at 84, but he is from Rochester, New York, and he's done a lot of charitable things for the city of Rochester, for people in Rochester. He even started music clubs for kids and helped them learn the trumpet and learn music. Gave back to his community. It was not well known, Apparently, he was a very close family man and a good person. It's just sad to lose him. Of course, King of the Hill. If you watch King of the Hill, he
Big little Mark guy, yeah.
bang Lamar guy. But anything on him that you guys know or want to talk about?
If you are a child of the early 80s like I am, because I was born in 83, chances are you were conceived to Feels Good. Okay?
Oh, no.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
More of this stuff. Wow.
TMI.
That song slaps, okay? That song is a lovemaking song. Hell, okay? All right? If that was playing and I was in the mood, I would have
Okay.
maintained me. Okay? Real talk. That's a beautiful song, and he's a great jazz player. And as somebody who's also an advocate for jazz, that's a heavy hitter that we've lost to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar. I mean, I've heard some, but I'm not a big. I've never listened to a lot of jazz or his music, but definitely something I'm gonna need to check out.
Yeah. I mean, just amazing trumpet player. I mean, my goodness. All right. And then Agent Pepsi 1 let me know about this guy last week. George, I can't pronounce his last name. Kumanas from Golden Earring.
Guitar player, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I love Golden Earring,
Yeah.
Twilight Zone, Radar Love, The Devil Made Me Do It. I mean, just amazing.
Yeah.
And this is a band that's been around forever and ever and ever.
Mm-hmm.
I think they formed in like 61.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and they were still performing.
Yeah. He died of Lou Gehrig's disease.
Oh God, that's miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys are great. I mean, all these old bands like this that they still tour, they're still out there, and it's like the good stuff left to see. And all these guys, we're losing all of them. There's not going to be any more good shows to see. This is just all these guys could just rock. They were such talented musicians, and yeah, I love Golden Earring. That Twilight Zone video, man, that will be seared into my brain
Oh, yeah.
forever
It's
from
amazing.
MTV. It's just fantastic.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2 a.m.
Fear is gone.
Good stuff.
But
Good stuff.
Tony, anything on this guy? I'll have Golden Earring too.
I mean,
Yeah.
Twilight Zone, notwithstanding, again, when are we going to start getting numb to the point that we're losing everybody?
I hope never, because
Never.
everybody's special.
Never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems to be the challenge this week, don't you think? It's like, let's just see how many we can take just to where people can't care anymore. To people will stop caring.
Yeah. All right. So let me move this, and guys, they're sad, but hey, their music lives on, their shows live on, their memory lives on, and we're thankful that for the how they shined when they were on this earth.
Absolutely. And in honor, I had to get my Ozzy poster back out. It's signed. It's like a real
sweet.
signature.
Let's see it.
It's over here above the computer. It's from
Blizzard.
No, it's from Shot in the Dark era,
Shot in the
right?
Dark.
Ultimate Sin, and has his signature on it. So, and I've had it forever, but I kind of rotate stuff around.
I know you're not a fan of the Osbournes, but I did eat a burrito that day.
Good for you.
I was
it's okay.
well,
There you go.
because you love my Ozzy impersonation, so yes, I was going. I'm the burrito man. Da, 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 da.
Absolutely. That was a funny episode. I have seen that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got back. It used to be there. I had rotated it out for a little bit, but I felt like, in honor of Ozzy, we had to put it back. So it's great.
Okay. So, folks, we wanted to break the sad news to start, but we got some good news because we're going to talk about the hits in 1973. Some good songs, some bad songs, but get ready for some
And all
fun.
of the takes that Agent Pepsi one's going to muster for our entertainment as a result.
Yeah, now we're going to get into the good stuff. We wanted to get the sad news out of the way first before we get in this. So let me play our transition here.
Groovy.
Yep, groovy. So we're going to go just each 10, and then we're going to give you some news in between. So let's run down 40 through 31. Folks, also, if you haven't hit that like button, please do like, subscribe. Please share the chat out. If you're watching on rerun, please definitely give it a like and
Before
and
we
share.
get into that, SP4H with a chat correction, he says, not the birthday one's Bubble, but Darius McCrary voiced Jazz in the 07 Transformers film, not Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Okay. All right.
Thank you for the correction.
Thanks for the correction.
Yeah. SP4 is the Transformer expert.
Yeah. Oh, we got to get Transformers right. Come on, Heather.
Don't make me summon him.
Crothers is the original Jazz, so we'll get there. All right. Yeah. All right. So 40 through 31, let me go through these. First of all, 40 through number 40 is Diamond Girl by Seals and Cross. Natural High by Bloodstone. Monster Mash by Bobby Boris Pickett, who you can hear Doomcock sing. I've sung it before. It's actually one of my karaoke songs that I can actually do really well. Dance in the Moonlight by King Harvest, which has an interesting story to it. Let's see. What Danny's song by Anne Murray. Keep On Truckin' by Eddie Kendricks. Say, has anybody seen my Gypsy Rose? Where is she? Gypsy.
Gypsy.
Then I'm Gonna Love You Just a Little Bit More, Baby by Barry White, which we know that Agent husband probably sings to her every once in a while.
Just a little more.
Yeah, we've got our first of the beer commercial songs on here. Love Train by the OJs.
Yes.
And then we go back to Lost, and we get Three Dog Night with Shambhala. So that is 40 through 31. Who wants to go first and talk about these 10? Sounds like Tony.
I go, you impetuous young boy. God, I tell you, that's a song that I sing to death too. Is I do love me some Bobby Boris Pickett, but I also love
Boris Badman.
Boris Pickett. That's right.
Hello.
You know, when Halloween comes around, all of us will be singing that song to death. We do it every year. But no, I love Barry White. I'm gonna love you, just a little more, baby.
Now,
also one of those songs for the mood, if you catch my drift.
Oh God.
Here we go.
But OJ's Love
Mark
Train
probably has a girlfriend, and that's what's starting all this.
I might just do some of these covers this Thursday, man. These are some good picks. But no, like this, we're getting to finally hear the intrinsically what the sound of the 70s was with this top 40. This is beginning to sound, authentically like the 70s, and from a popular music standpoint. You got your funk, you got your disco, you got your soul music, got your folk rock. And it's spritzed throughout this entire list. It's spritzed throughout, not just the top 40. Yeah, Love Train, absolutely. Could sing that to the end of time. Gypsy Rose, Keep On Truckin', a phrase coined in the late 60s, carried through to almost the late 70s, just a beautiful way to start. Dancing in the Moonlight. These are all really, really good. I have no complaints. We'll pass the talking stick, though. So,
all right, who wants to go next?
Pass it to me. I can go. This might be the best 10 group of 10. A lot of these, the 40, the top. Well, maybe not. I don't know. This whole 40 is not my favorite. I think 41 to 100 is probably better. But I do like a lot of these songs. Shambhala, Three Dog Night, cool song. I love their vocal harmonies. That's a good one. Dancing in the Moonlight,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
Chill, the cool, very cool guitars and the percussion, especially on that song. Rob, I don't know if you want to tell the story about it when you.
Oh, you want to talk about it real quick, or do you want to
I, don't-
tell
I,
it?
don't, well, I'll just say, that the guy who wrote the song, right? He was recovering from an assault by a gang, and apparently he wrote it in the hospital after that attack. But I'll let you give a little more of the story if you want.
Yeah, so Dance in the Moonlight, real quick. He was on a trip to St. Croix in 1969, and they were dancing on the beach, just hanging out. And it was in a night, and there was a vicious gang that attacked, and they actually murdered 8 American tourists. And he was one of the survivors. And
He was left for
basically,
dead, right? With like
they,
facial
yeah,
fractures and
yeah. I mean, he
broken bones.
barely
They just
survived. Yeah,
left him for dead.
yeah. So, and he wrote this as kind of an alternate reality to where, what it should have been and what he was hoping it would be. But yeah, just awful, awful, awful attack. And so that's why you stay at resorts and make sure you're safe and don't go out on the beach if it's not guarded or.
Okay, thank you for the safety announcement there.
Yeah.
But I
anything
mean,
else?
that was a good way, to kind of reimagine it as the way he wanted it to happen when he was in the hospital. I think that was kind of cool. Yeah. I love Monster Mash. Nothing to say about it, but God, I absolutely love that song. Danny's song, I actually like the Kenny Loggins version. He's the one who wrote it, and to me, when he sings it, it's just so emotional. I kind of get choked up by it, but when Anne Marie sings it, I don't know what it is. It seems kind of flat. Hers is more country-ish sounding, but it just doesn't do anything for me when she sings it. And I know it was a big hit, but whatever it is, it does not speak to me. Some of these are pretty good soul songs. What Natural High, it's okay. It's kind of Soul Train-ish. What else is here? Has anyone seen My Sweet Gypsy Rose? I mean, I like Tony Orlando and Dawn. It's kind of a cute song. It's kind of odd. The lyrics are a little bit weird, but
odd. That's a word for
it. Love Train. It's a nice, happy song, but it was in a commercial. It's just too overplayed. I hate it when they put songs in commercials. That just kind of ruins it for me.
It's a beer commercial song.
Very white. Oh my God, that background sounds like porn music, and it actually reminds me of, you know what? You remember that song "Come to Butthead"? And
yes.
It was near. What do you say? Come to Butthead.
Come
that
to Butthead.
song reminds me of that. Absolutely.
It's terrible.
Oh, it's bad.
Isn't it sad that we reference Beavis and Butthead? And
Oh my God, that's bad.
somebody was like, like asking me to talk like
Shut up, Beavis.
yeah, shut up, Davis.
No way. That's the worst of the bunch for me. I actually I think "Come to Butthead" was actually a better song. So.
Wow.
Oh no!
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Agent Pepsi One, your turn at this 10.
A disclaimer: I have no idea who these Beavis and Butthead people are. I've never heard of them. I don't want to hear about them.
It's like, you thud.
Yeah. Shut up, Beavis.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, enough of that.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? I mean, these 10 songs, I mean, I don't think this is the best 10 songs out of all these top 40s. I mean, out of this top 40, I should say.
Yeah.
Diamond Girl, I mean, it's an amazing song. I mean, Fields and Croft, I mean, their harmonies, their music is beautiful. Natural High, forget it. I gotta. Monster Mash. Are you freaking kidding me?
Oh
I
no!
love that
Don't you dare!
song.
Don't
No, no,
you?
no, no,
Oh
no,
no!
no.
Is this our first stage of Pepsi One hot take of the night?
Hold on. This is
Uh oh.
Monster Mash is a song for Halloween. Monster Mash is a song that is nice. It's a theme song, but it does not belong in the top 40.
Oh no.
In fact, it doesn't belong in the top 1,000.
Oh.
Okay then.
Oh.
I don't care how much you press that buzzard.
I will
I'm so
buzz
glad
you
I get
on
to
that.
follow
Yes,
you.
I will.
All right,
Yeah,
what
and then you have Chamberlain.
You're getting buzzed for that.
I love Three Dog Night. I love Three Dog Night. That is a beautiful song. Love Train. I've heard it too much.
Yeah.
But it's
Overplayed.
a beautiful song. It is a
was it?
beautiful song.
It's Coors Light, right? That does Love Train. Is that the beer?
Yeah,
brand?
Coors
Yeah,
Light.
Light.
Yeah, Coors Light.
Yeah.
You know, hey, say, has anyone seen my sweet Dipsy dog? I mean, yeah, she's laying in the other recliner, snoozing. Yeah, I see her. She's right there. But yeah, I mean, these are, I mean, 31 to 40. This is nice. I mean, this is a really nice thing. These are nice songs, and I think they're representative.
Yeah. I like this. I like this set of 10. Yeah, I agree with you guys. It's probably the best of the 10 in the top 40. Really love Diamond Girl by Seals and Crofts. Monster Mash is always a one that I like. Natural High is not bad. I've heard it before, but I didn't recognize it until I listened to it again today, and I was like, wow, that song needs to be played more. Dance in the Moonlight is just a great song. Just a feel good song. I like that song a whole lot. I agree with Heather that Danny's song is better by Kenny Loggins. It's a beautiful song, but Kenny Loggins is better at it. My Sweet Gypsy Rose is all right. Barry White is okay. The OJ's is overplayed, but I like the harmony of Shambhala. It was great. It's kind of interesting how they used it in Lost, even though that show was a downer. I think it was it season 2 or 3 when it was still interesting is when they introduced that song. And I thought it was, a really good song to use in that. But Three Dog Night is great. They got so many great hits. But anyway, that is 40 through 31. Let's give you some news here. We're going to talk about some of the news in 1973, and here we go.
Dive into the vibrant sounds of 1973, a year when music transformed and legends were born. Join us for all the latest exciting updates and news from this remarkable era.
So here we go. We're going to get into 1973, and we're going to give you January through June. So I'm up first, and here's what we got. January 8th, British rail authorities restrict pipe major Gordon Spears to playing his bagpipes just 1 minute in every 15 on Liverpool Street Station, London, on the grounds that his playing interferes with the station business. So they wouldn't let him play his bagpipes, but 1 minute. So probably necessary and needed. If you've ever been to London, you'll see how busy that is. January 9th, Mick Jagger requests for Japanese visa is rejected on account of his 1969 drug conviction. And hang on one sec. I've got to add something to... I've actually got some slides for this. Hang on one sec. I forgot about these. Hang on. Come on. I forgot to add our wonderful slides. Hang on. My mistake. Wah, 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 wah.
I have to torture you.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about our slides. Hang on one sec. Anyway, I'll tell a little bit more while I bring up the slides. 1973, January 13th, The Sweet. which I'm sure you guys will recognize by some of their songs, releases Blockbuster. Their only number one hit in the UK. It stays in the top charts for 5 whole weeks. This is one of the first glam hits of the decade. Sweet follows us up with 3 straight number 2 singles, Hellraiser, Ballroom Blitz, and Teenage Rampage. And now we can add my art to the stage. I did that. I made that. That's pretty cool.
That's sweet. I like that.
Yeah, I figured it was fitting. That's the cover of Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, and all the little hippies in the audience.
Yeah. And then this is
more
our first time
metalhead.
we left out. Yeah, we need more metalheads. And then here's the news of the week. Here we go. News of the first couple decades. All right. January 14th, Elvis Presley's Aloha from Hawaii via satellite television special is broadcast in over 40 countries around the world. How great is that?
That's awesome.
Also that same day, Grateful Dead bassist Phil Lesh is arrested for drug possession at his Marin County home. Big surprise there. The Grateful Dead did drugs? No, never.
You want Jerry Garcia on pot?
No way, man.
Misunderstanding. That's gotta be.
He's framed. He was framed.
Geek the squares, man. Geek the square.
This damn narcos planting stuff on everybody.
January 18th, the Rolling Stones benefit concert for Nicaraguan earthquake victims raised over $350,000. On December 22nd, 1972, an earthquake destroyed Managua, the capital of Nicaragua. Hope I pronounced that okay. January 21st, the Rolling Stones opened their Pacific tour of Hawaii, Australia, and New Zealand in Honolulu. Pretty cool. You'll love this. January 30th, Kiss performed their first concert at Coventry Club in Queens, New York. Wow. Pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. And you see them highlighted right there. February 2nd, the Midnight Special makes its debut as a regular series on US TV, NBC. Helen Reddy is the featured artist. February 14th, Valentine's Day. Oh, isn't that special? David Bowie collapses from exhaustion after a performance in New York's Madison Square Garden. Fortunately, he was okay, but yikes. February 18th, the King Biscuit Flower Hour is first broadcast with performances by Blood, Sweat, and Tears, the Mahavishnu Orchestra, which I don't know anything about them, and a new artist who we know as the boss, Bruce Springsteen.
Nice.
Yeah, running into March. Leonard Bernstein conducts I cannot pronounce. Anyway, it's Tchaikovsky's violin concerto for the first time in his career with solo Isaac Stern at the New York Philharmonic Orchestra. The Joffrey Ballet's Deuce Coupe Ballet opens. The ballet is set entirely to music by the Beach Boys. That's interesting. A ballet to the Beach Boys? Okay, interesting. And then, of course, March 1st, and we will talk about this later, Pink Floyd releases their epic Dark Side of the Moon. It goes on to become one of the best-selling albums of all time. That's part of the reason why we love it. The album debuts on Billboard 200 on March 17th and reaches number 1 on April 28th, and eventually logs an all-time record of 741 weeks on the chart. Sleeve design is by Hypnosis. Wow, that's a weird way to spell that. March 5th, Jimi Hendrix's former personal manager, Michael Jeffrey. So this is after Jimmy had passed away. Michael Jeffrey is killed in a plane crash while traveling from Mahorsa, England. No passengers survive. Gosh, I hate those plane crashes. Yeah, Menorca. Thank you, Heather L. I have terrible pronunciation. March 6th, the New York office of the U.S. Immigration Department cancels John Lennon's visa extension by 5 days after granting it.
Yeah, I would too.
Yep.
I don't like his wife.
Yeah, Bianca Jagger. March 7th, my dad's birthday. The director of the talent acquisition at Columbia Records, John H. Hammond, suffers a non-fatal heart attack following performance by one of his most recently finds, Bruce Springsteen. Wah, 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 wah. Glad he didn't die. March 8th. Oh, hey, guess what? Another former Beatle in trouble for drugs. Oh no, they never did drugs, did they?
Yeah.
Fined 240 pounds after pleading guilty to charges of growing marijuana outside his Scottish farm. Interesting. Now, was it really Paul or is it? Never mind. We won't get into that. March 14th, the singer Stephen Stills.
Just growing a few plants, the horticulturalist.
Yeah. Singers Stephen Stills and Ronique Sanson are married near Guildford, England. March 24th, Lou Reed is bitten on the buttocks by a fan during a concert in Buffalo, New York.
Okay.
That's got to be the oddest thing I've ever read in my entire life in reading the news.
That's funny.
Bitten on the butt. Golly, wow, that's kind of
pretty funny.
Bitten on the butt.
Yes, and that ends my part of the segment. Age of Pepsi 1's going to take us April through June. I can end with a crack.
Okay, on March 25th, after Lou Reed was bitten, he got some rabies shots at the hospital, just to make sure.
Jeez.
Okay, April 2nd, Capitol Records releases 2 collections of the Beatles' greatest hits, the Beatles 1962 to 66 and the Beatles 1967 to 1970, commonly referred to as the Red Album and the Blue Album, respectively. April 7th in Luxembourg City, the 18th Eurovision Song Contest. If you've ever watched the Eurovision Song Contest, if you want to torture yourself, this is a good way of doing it. You want to drown your sorrows in alcohol, or just don't have a firearm laying nearby.
Yeah,
you might just want to end it altogether.
You might go Elvis on the TV, right? If you do that.
Yeah. Also, just make sure that you don't watch the Doctor Who episode either, because it's just as bad.
With whatever that is, sung by Anne Marie David. What kind of okay? And second place finished by the Mercedes. You have the United Kingdom to finish third place with the Cliff Richard song "Power to All Our Friends." The top 3 songs became international hits. I've never heard of them. I have not. April 8th, opening of the La Rochelle Festival of Contemporary Music under the direction of Claude Samuel, featured composers including Karl-Heinz Stockenhausen and
Giannis Xenakis.
Yeah, on April 15th, the 10th Rayonne Festival of International Contemporary Arts begins, including concerts featuring Jean Baruch and Horatio Radulescu. On April 16th, Paul McCartney's first solo television special, The James Paul McCartney, airs on ABC. The special includes performances by McCartney and Wings. April 18th, violinist Jessica Hillfitz deposits parts of his prized. Why am I reading this? You gave me the hard one. Violin.
This is an odd bit of news.
Yeah, it really is. Her violin was put in the concrete.
Virginia Ramo Hall of Music, under construction by the University of Southern California in the United States, in order to ensure the building will be in tune and to bring luck. Okay, why would I want to have hollow spaces in my concrete? Never mind.
That was very odd, but okay.
It was weird. Yeah. But hey, May and June gets a lot better.
Okay, from the 4th of May to the 29th of July, Led Zeppelin embarked on a tour of the United States, during which they set the record for the highest attendance for a concert, 56,800, at the Tampa Stadium in Tampa, Florida. This record was previously held by the Beatles. Performances for the movie The Song Remains the Same and are also filmed.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so that's good. On May 9th, Mick Jagger added $150,000 of his own money to the $350,000 raised by the Rolling Stones' January 18th benefit concert for the victims of the Nicaraguan earthquake. And on May 12th, David Bowie is the first rock artist to perform at Earl's Court Exhibition Centre in London. May 13th, Daniel Barenboim collapses with a gastric. So he had lots of gas.
Oh, why is that news? I don't know.
Collapses with lots of gas during a concert at the Brighton Festival in England.
Oh no.
Green clouds were seen to hover above the stage for hours on end. And he recovered to be driven home.
Oh God.
Let's have some more beans, anybody.
This is why you don't eat British food.
Don't eat beans before the show.
Just remember, folks, beans, musical.
Okay. Wow.
Daniel ate.
And it's the girls laughing at this stuff. Wow, Tony, can you believe that? It's usually the guys that laugh at the fart joke.
Jesus, this is terrible.
Jeez.
Yeah, this is really terrible. May 23rd, Don Roby sells Duke Records, Peacock Records, and Backbeat Records to ABC's Dunhill Records. On May 25th, Mike Oldfield's Tubular Bells became the first release of Richard Branson's newly launched Virgin label in the UK. And with that, do I stop here, or is it all the way to July?
Stop at the end of June.
Okay, at the end of June. Robert White's false 3 stories for being left in the apartment block. Oh my God! How
you got a weird
one.
Apartment block. Okay. Becoming paralyzed from the waist down after 6 months stay in hospital, he composes materials
From a wheelchair. That's him. That's him right over there on the far right.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
For his Concrete Bottom album, he continued his musical career using a wheelchair.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God. Yeah, on the 4th of June, Ronnie Lane plays his last show with the Faces at the Edmund Sundown in London. He had informed the band 3 weeks earlier that he was quitting. June 15th, the first Istanbul International Music Festival opens. That wouldn't go well. That wouldn't go too well this anymore.
No, probably not.
Yeah, back then, Turkey was a far more liberal place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame what's happened.
Yeah, before Erdogan and his friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on June 16th, Benjamin Britten's opera Death in Venice received its premiere at the Snipe Maltings in London, in England.
Yep.
On the 29th of June, the Scorpions, one of my favorite German bands from Hanover, by the way, played the first gig with Willie Roth at the festival in... That is a misspelling. There should be an S in there. Fechter, Germany.
Fechter, yeah.
Yeah.
Roth was originally intended as a temporary replacement for Michael Schenker, who had been snapped up by UFO early in the month.
That sentence is just odd.
Yeah, the way that was written.
Snapped up by UFO.
Snapped up. He was abducted. Who knew?
Yeah, Michael Schenker had been snapped up by UFO early in the month and had abducted the beta and Zikr. On June 30th, Ian Gillan quits Deep Purple for the first time.
Yeah.
Won't be the last. Anyway, that's the news from January to June.
It's odd bunch of news.
Yeah. Anything that stood out that you guys want to talk about?
Just that Ziggy Stardust is a short-lived persona.
Yeah.
Ian Gillan with Deep Purple.
Mm-hmm.
What really happened there is he and Richie Blackmore had a major falling out. And, it's basically, if you have two giant egos, these men basically said, either me or you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
and after
that's the
that,
way it
I believe
starts.
David Coverdale was hired to take over.
Yeah, that was later on the later 70s. Yeah, Coverdale did. Yep.
Yeah, and then he did the 19. You know, he was with them in '74 on their tour.
Mm-hmm.
I also just want to make an anecdotal observation because that is some bitchin' album art down there with the scorpion. That's
Yeah,
really
isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
On that, I was like, yeah, I gotta put that out there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
So
Pretty brutal.
behold Scorponok.
Very nice.
We won't go there.
The old Scorponok.
All right, guys, let's get into the rest of our countdown here. So here we go. We got 30 through 21, and this is interesting. All right, so 30 is Steelers Will with Stuck in the Middle with You. John Denver with another beer commercial song, Rocky Mountain High, which apparently is a state song of Colorado. Maureen McGovern with The Morning After, which was to what movie? Anybody?
I blocked it out.
The Poseidon
hold on.
Adventure.
Oh, I love the Poseidon Adventure, but I don't like that song, so I must have maybe ignored it.
Paul Simon with Loves Me Like a Rock.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder getting funky with Superstition, which was featured in what horror film in the 80s? 1982, starring Kurt
Dang.
Russell. The Thing.
The Thing.
Was it in the thing? God,
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Skylark with Wildflower at 25. Dr. John, Right Place, Wrong Time. Grand Funk Railroad enters the top 40 with We're an American Band at number 23. Ladies, do you get this song, Pillow Talk? And with Billy Robinson at number 22. And then finally, the Isley Brothers with That Lady, which
another horrible commercial.
yeah,
Like for pantyhose or something.
yes,
That led
commercial, yes, yes.
Oh God.
All right, who wants first crack at this one?
I could do this one, I guess. Let's see. I think the best one for me is Stuck in the Middle with You. Steelers Will, man, I love that song. Jerry Rafferty's voice is phenomenal. The guitar's pretty cool. It sounds kind of bluegrassy a little bit. Love the guitar solo in the middle. But it's always now going to be Reservoir Dogs for me. Like this one, if you want trivia for this one, like that's an unforgettable scene. Almost as much as like Sister Christian is with Boogie Nights. I mean, it's just inseparable now in my mind with that. But it's a fantastic song. Cool lyrics. I did read that it was he wrote it as a parody of Bob Dylan's delivery style, which I never got until I read that. I never would have guessed just because Jerry Rafferty is a great singer and Bob Dylan is not. So I never really kind of associated the two.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people mistake it for Bob Dylan. I'm like, it does sound like Bob Dylan, but it's Jerry Rafferty, you know?
You think it sounds like Bob Dylan? I don't think it does.
Yep.
God, I'm not getting that at all. Superstition, Stevie Wonder is, I love that song. The Jeff Beck drum intro. And I love the story behind this song of how they're just like jamming in the studio. Jeff Beck is doing the drums and Stevie Wonder's just improvising with that funky keyboard, plays the bass on the keyboard. It's a really cool collaboration. Jeff Beck's version of it is pretty cool. It's a totally different vibe. But I love Superstition. Probably my favorite Stevie Wonder song. Like Rocky Mountain High, John Denver, beautiful song, like the acoustic guitar. That commercial doesn't bother me too much. I still like the song. American Band, Grand Funk Railroad. That is just like a great straight up rock song. Love it. Paul Simon, Loves Me Like a Rock, pretty good. The rest, man, The Morning After, cheesy,
Ew.
cheesy. The Right Place, Wrong Time. It's always the wrong time for that song. That lady, yeah. I mean, come on.
Oh my
Like,
God.
freaking pantyhose commercial. That
All
pillow
right,
talk.
Heather, did you listen to Pillow Talk?
Oh God, that's painful. That's painful.
Is she getting high or is she getting it on?
Well, maybe there's too much talking to be getting it on. I don't know.
Okay,
Maybe
look, we
Maybe
obviously don't
scrap the
seem
pillow
to
talk and-
forget the scene in Army of Darkness where she's like, "What about all those lovely things that we talked about in private?" Oh, that's just what we call pillow talk, baby.
Yeah, I don't know. Wildflower, I'd never heard that. I kind of liked the guitar opening, but pass on the vocals and the lyrics. That was just not good. So I basically like, I don't know, 4 of these songs, and the others are kind of pass.
Yeah. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
All right, I'll get the buzzer.
You get your buzzer. Yeah, I mean, Stuck in the Middle with You. Yeah, I mean, that's a nice song. That is a nice song. I do like John Denver's Rocky Mountain High. I'm not a big John Denver fan, but you know, when I'm in the mood to listen to him, I mean, it's beautiful.
Carry on. Survey says
mean nothing to me. It means absolutely nothing to me. Just that you know. You know, Lift Me Like a Rock. You know, that's the same thing as Kodachrome. It's a much better song than this one.
Kodachrome is. Yeah.
Kodachrome is, yeah. I agree.
Yeah, much. You know, I mean, Stevie Wonder Superstition is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That is a classic. Hey, Wildflower, I know that one. Is the wrong? Hey, Heather, is that the one you said about the pantyhose commercial?
No, it's Who's That Lady?
Who's That Lady is a
That
pantyhose
Lady?
commercial. I mean, it's
Is
just easy
Is it?
AF, man.
Okay. I do have.
Wildflower just sucks, I think.
Yeah,
I
with,
agree.
With Who's That Lady, I do have a little story about that. With an American band. With an American band, it's fabulous. I mean, there's no other things around that. Isley Brothers, That Lady. Yeah, I don't associate that with a pantyhose commercial, but many moons ago, God, it must have been about 13 or so, maybe 14. It's the first time I actually dyed my hair. If you ever know anything about dyeing hair, especially dyeing it blonde, sometimes if you do it at home, they're like mistakes. And my parents and I and my sister were at a restaurant, and this little boy comes by, Mommy, look at that lady with her orange hair.
Who's that lady with the orange hair?
Did you just try peroxide or something and turn it orange?
I don't know. My mom did it, and then actually my sister did it. Then my mom tried to help. And it
See,
just
this is
got
why you
worse
don't
and
let
worse.
hippies do stuff to your hair, Agent Pepsi One. I mean, come on.
All I can tell you is that my hair color kind of matched my dress that day. And the mother of the little boy, she said, "Oh, don't point. It's embarrassing enough." Oh my God! Don't look at the Quincy's where we're at.
Oh my God!
I don't know what's funnier, the fact that you finally finished that story, or the fact that you were still stuttered because you're afraid I was going to buzz you.
You know, like I said, your
I
insult.
got
being
she's so scared. I got her so scared that I'm
So
gonna hit the
embarrassing.
buzzer on her.
It's so
Oh,
embarrassing.
that's hilarious,
when you're
though.
that
Thank you for
age.
sharing that age of Pepsi One.
God,
That is a great story.
like
Yeah.
junior high, high school, when something bad happens to your hair, it's like the worst thing that could possibly happen. Like
is.
now it'd just be like whatever, but you know, at that age,
I
it's
know.
like,
It's
ugh.
just
my
so
God.
bad. I mean,
Yeah, I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks before I had to go back to school. So this was during the
no.
summer.
Oh
More
no.
specifically, that was December between my 7th and 8th year. So 7th and 8th grade. So,
Yeah.
oh my God.
It's the worst time for anything not good
It was,
to
it
happen
was,
with
it
your
was like
hair.
a light orange. That's what it turned
Like the fires
for
of
the
the
summer.
sun.
Oh jeez. Kind of like Alice from the diner, like that. Didn't she have like orange hair?
Yeah, actually, sort of.
Oh my gosh.
Oh damn.
Gosh. All right, Tony, what's your take on this 10?
Well, I'd say there's 3 on here that are iconic. The first, obviously, being Stuck in the Middle with You, followed with Superstition, followed with We're an American Band. So those are immortalized as far as I'm concerned. As far as commercials for beer and nylons is concerned, well, that not so much. I mean, they have their place, I guess. The earworms on the radio, over and over again. The one that I want to tempt the bad take Pepsi One here is obviously the Pillow Talk one. Well, how many times can I make this funny? I don't know. I think out of all of these songs, if it wasn't for Pillow Talk, I mean, I don't know, guys. I just don't know. I think that okay, I get it. Fine. You know what? Whatever. Carry on. I got buzzed myself.
You only pretend to like Pillow Talk because you've got that noise canceling helmet. So the chick is talking away, and you're just like listening.
Yeah,
to
well,
your own thing, right?
just you don't get to judge me for what I wear in the bedroom, okay?
Mhm.
All right, no.
Wow. TMI there. TMI there, Tony.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, Stuck in the Middle with You. Definitely Steelers Wheel is iconic. Rocky Mountain High by John Denver is great. I
Yes.
still miss him. I remember he's from Fort Worth. Went to high school where my cousins went to high school at Arlington Heights. When I was in school, I got to announce his death on the radio, and my professor for broadcast journalism knew him in high school, so I got to talk to her about him. So pretty interesting. The Morning After is a bad song. I do not like that song at all. It fits the Poseidon Adventure a little bit, but I just ugh. Loves Me Like the Rock is okay by Paul Simon, but I agree. Kodachrome and some other songs are way better. Superstition is the ultimate funk song. I love that song. It is a great song. Stevie Wonder just brings it. Great song. Wildflower is a song that just won't end, so don't listen to it.
The earworm.
Yeah, right place, wrong time. I agree with Heather. It's always the wrong time. It's good for about a quarter of the song, and then you get sick of it because it's the same verse over and over again. Grand Funk Railroad is awesome. We're an American Band is a great hit. It should be higher in this list. Pillow Talk is the weirdest song I've ever heard. It's right up there with just all the weird stuff that we've talked about in the last couple of sessions. And that lady is overplayed on commercials. So, yes, I agree with you guys. Let's move on. Are we ready to get to some more news?
Sure thing.
I think we are. Hang on one sec. Let me play the intro for my next set of news. Here we go. Ready?
Join us as we journey through the vibrant musical landscape from July to December 1973, uncovering the iconic hits, legendary artists, and unforgettable moments.
So, we're hitting the news. Let's go with July through September 1973.
Coming up on the news on July through September. On July 1st, the year of our Lord 1973, Slade played a sold-out Earl's Court in London after 2 #1 singles this year. On July 3rd, David Bowie retires the stage persona Ziggy Stardust in front of a shocked audience at the Hammersmith Odeon in London at the end of the British tour. Pity for those spiders on Mars. On July 4th, Slade drummer Don Powell is critically injured in a car crash in Wolverhampton. His 20-year-old girlfriend was killed. With his life in danger, the band's future was left in the balance. Powell recovers after said surgery and is able to join the band 10 weeks later in New York to record Merry Christmas, Everybody. July 13th, the Everly Brothers break up after Phil Everly smashes his guitar on the floor midway through their final show together. What the property damage is that? Queen releases their first debut album, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Freddie Mercury is now on the board to become one of the great champions of music in the future. On July 15th, Ray Davies of the Kinks makes an emotional outburst during a performance at White City Stadium in London, announcing that he is quitting the group. He later recants his statement. On the 28th, following a summer jam at Watkins Glen Rock Festival in New York State, has attended 600,000 individuals who see the Allman Brothers Band, the band, and, of course, Jerry Garcia and the Grateful Dead. July 30th, Soviet officials grant permission for Gennady Rodotvensky, say that 3 times fast, to accept a 3-year appointment as chief conductor of the Stockholm Philharmonic Orchestra. The first time a Soviet orchestra conductor has been allowed to take up such a position out of the Eastern Bloc. On August 6th, Stevie Wonder is seriously injured in a car accident beside Durham, North Carolina, spending the next 4 days in a coma. August 11th, DJ Kool Herc originates the hip-hop genre in New York City, not to be confused with Panama. On August 20th, the London Symphony Orchestra becomes the first British orchestra to take part in the Salzburg Festival. August 25th, the Allman Brothers nearly suffer a tragedy when Butch Trucks crashes his car near Macon, Georgia, not too far from where Dwayne Allman was killed 2 years earlier. Trucks surviving with only 1 broken leg. And that is your daily on the 8th for the 3rd quarter of the year of our Lord 1973. Pardon?
September.
Yes, of course. Look at that. I made a big oopsie. From the tippity top, shall we go? From the September 1st, the Rolling Stones opened their European tour in Vienna, Austria. On said September 20th, Jim Cross, Mary Mulhastain, and fathers die in a plane crash in Louisiana. Ah, my alma mater, Louisiana. September 22nd, Benita Valente makes her debut with the Metropolitan Opera singing Pamina, the Magic Flute. On the 23rd, the Roxy Theater opens in West Hollywood, California. September 27th, Don Kirshner's rock concert is premiered on the syndicated television in the United States, including a performance by said Rolling Stones. And then a day after Mr. Stark's birthday, though about 9 years prior before his conception. On the 29th, John Ackerman in the Netherlands was chosen best guitarist in the world by the readers of the United Kingdom magazine Melody Maker. Now cue the applause track, you bubble-headed booby.
Hey, real quick, before we get into Heather's,
Radio Demon, providing you the 3rd quarter of the year of our Lord 1973. Please stay tuned to Rob Wright and be sure to like, share, and subscribe, my good fellow. Now, where did I leave that burrito?
thanks, Alistair.
Thank you.
Before Heather goes, 2 things on that. Why was Stevie Wonder driving?
I know, right?
Nice.
It just was weird when I read that Stevie Wonder getting into a car wreck, and you're like, okay, I guess somebody else was driving. Could you mention that?
No,
and
he was the designated driver. Everyone else was drunk.
Maybe, yeah.
You would think that he would have had, the ability to perceive the need to not to drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was right in front of him. He should have seen it coming. Oh, well. Oh, damn. Maybe I'm just being blind to the humor. You know what? I'll be right back.
Yeah. The other thing is the sad news about Jim Croce. I mean, my goodness. And Jim Croce and Murray McHilstein, I think, is the other guy in his band. And oh my gosh, guys, incredible guitar stuff. We're going to get to Jim Croce later on in the countdown, but oh my goodness, that man had some amazing songs. Really missed. What could have been? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, that was tragic.
Yeah. So, All right, Heather, you want to take us home?
All right. October 6th, Brickhouse and Rastrick Brass Band become the National Brass Band Champions of Great Britain by defeating 18 other bands at the Albert Hall in London. Okay. October 12th, Genesis releases their fifth studio album, Selling England by the Pound, one of their most commercially successful albums. October 13th, Family play their last concert at De Montfort Hall at Leicester Polytechnic, now De Montfort University, before splitting up for good. A farewell party at a local Holiday Inn after the show ends in a good-natured melee, with people jumping in or pushed into the motel pool. I love a good-natured melee. I don't know about you guys, but good stuff. October 17th, the 1973 oil crisis begins, causing shortages of the vinyl needed to manufacture records. A number of new albums are either delayed or only available in limited quantities until after the holiday season. I did not know that. Interesting. October 19th, The Who released Quadrophenia, one of their most critically acclaimed albums. October 20th, Queen Elizabeth opens Sydney Opera House. November 1st, Kiss becomes the first act signed to Neil Bogart's new label, Casablanca Records.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. November 5th, cellist Jacqueline Dupre is forced to retire because she has been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Two friends of the recently deceased Graham Parsons hand themselves in to police and confess to having carried out an impromptu cremation of the singer's body at the Joshua Tree National Monument.
That's just sick.
Yeah, that's odd. That's really odd. I mean,
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
it just, yeah. I don't-
desecrating a corpse. I mean, there's like a 20-year prison sentence that's associated
I
with
wonder,
that.
like, what did they think that they were carrying out his wishes, and that
Well, that's an
I mean-
interesting conversation to walk in on. Desecrating and corpses. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
uh-oh, it's Hank.
Uh-oh. Oh, God. Okay. November 7th. Harold Holt, limited agent for... Oh, didn't I just read that one? Yeah, I did just read that one. No, that was earlier. Okay.
No,
November,
it's just her newspaper denied. Yeah.
yeah, Denise reports she will never perform again, while at the same time confirming she has been diagnosed with a mild case of multiple sclerosis and has no definite plans for future performances. November 20th, The Who opened their Quadrophenia U.S. tour with a concert at San Francisco's Cow Palace, but drummer Keith Moon passes out and has to be carried off the stage. 19-year-old fan Scott Halpin is selected from the audience to finish the show. That's super cool. I mean,
That's
not
awesome.
that Keith Moon passes out, but that a fan from the audience got up and just jammed with them. That's pretty awesome. December. Paul Pena produces his second album, New Train, but due to a dispute with Albert Grossman of Bearsville Records, the release was canceled. The album would later be released on Hybrid Recordings in 2000. Wow, that's a long time. December 10th, CBGB Music Club opens in Manhattan. December 15th, Jermaine Jackson marries Hazel Gordy, daughter of Motown Records executive Berry Gordy. December 25th, Universal Pictures releases The Sting, a fantastic movie, reviving interest in the ragtime music of Scott Joplin, which is excellent. December 31st, brothers Malcolm and Angus Young perform under the name AC/DC at the former Sydney nightclub Checkers for their New Year's Eve party. And the second annual New Year's Rockin' Eve airs on NBC with performances by Tower of Power, Billy Preston, and the Pointer Sisters. Then do we want the unknown dates? Musica Antiqua Culm formed. Royal Manchester College of Music and the Northern School of Music merged to create the Royal Northern College of Music. Okay. The Santa Fe Chamber Music Festival is launched with Pablo Casals as its president. UFO signs a contract with Chrysalis Records, and salsa music originates in New York City.
Interesting stuff. Anything else about these that anybody wants to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to talk about the oil prices. That was a response. That was a response to the Arab-Israeli war in '73.
Mm-hmm.
But interestingly enough, the United States was a net exporter of oil during that time, and oil executives, to drive the prices up, they pumped stuff into tankers, which were then moved off American ports. So the prices went up, and they had an artificial shortage for a while.
Hmm.
And it was very similar to the one in '79.
Wow.
So yeah, this is just a ripple effect of things that happen.
Yeah. Stuff to raise the price. That's just, yeah. This is lame then as it is now.
Yep. Crazy stuff. All right. Let's continue with the countdown. Here we go.
Back at it.
All right. So we're in the top 20 now, and we're going 20 through 11 here. Number 20 is Half Breed by Cher. Stevie Wonder has another hit on the top 25 with "You Are the Sunshine of My Life." Sweet enters the top 50 with Little Willie. Dobie Gray sings "Drift Away." The Edgar Winter Group enters with their song "Frankenstein." Billy Paul at number 15 with "Me and Mrs. Jones." Helen Reddy sings "Delta Dawn." Stories sings "Brother Louie." Louie. Clint Holmes sings "Playground in My Mind." And Vicki Lawrence, epic story song, "The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia." Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was also a bad Mark Hamill movie.
Oh, it was? I didn't even know
Did they have any good ones other than Star Wars?
No.
that.
No, I didn't think so.
The Big Red One, maybe.
Oh, Big Red One was
Yeah,
actually
that wasn't bad.
that was pretty good.
Marvin Gaye. Was it Marvin Gaye? No. Marvin. What's his name? Marvin, the actor.
Lee Marvin.
Lee Marvin.
Lee Marvin, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one that carried that thing.
Yes.
He was that grumpy old
Mhm.
first sergeant.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yep.
Hey, I'm going to go on this one, though.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
All right, go ahead, Agent 51.
Oh, my God. That Cher song, Half Breed?
Uh-huh.
That's definitely a song they wouldn't make today because they don't have the guts to do so.
No, they wouldn't say that today.
No, it almost got banned back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, "You Are the Sunshine of My Life." Not bad.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
You heard it. You heard it
You
here,
know, Rob,
folks.
You are the sunshine of my life. Little Willie. I don't like that one.
You don't like it? That's a
I do
rocking
not
song.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Bam.
There you go.
Yeah,
There
buzz
you
that
go.
one.
I mean, when the song "Drift Away," I've heard it. It's not great. But the next one, "Frankenstein," is amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Oh, "Me and Miss Jones" is rather forgettable. "Delta Dawn," I've heard it too many times. "Brother Louie," let's hope it doesn't get stuck in your head. Because that one is painful if it does. Then there's the last one that I actually like. "The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia." But I will tell you, it might be the night the lights went out in Vicksburg. Then Queen Dixie lets one rip, and the paint peels from the wall. Yeah, all in all, I mean, these 10 are rather forgettable. Other than Frankenstein and Yeah, I mean, it's not the same caliber than the previous songs. They're really not. So that's what I got, and yeah.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
Go ahead, Tony.
Well, what can be said about these 10 here? Well, Cher, right? Not my favorite Cher song. Not getting buzzed for it either. You're the Sunshine of My Life, absolutely beautiful song. Little Willie, also great song. Frankenstein, immortalized. Anybody that challenges Frankenstein will get the almighty buzzer. Delta Dawn was good. These are all just really, really good songs. I don't have any gripes about these. Even the ones that don't stick out over the others, they're all really good to me, man. I really can't explain too much more than that. Like this is just intrinsically 70s to me. And
That's true.
and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, very true. These are songs of the era. It's not, like I said, this is just a subjective view that we have individually.
Yep.
It's just, some of the stuff. It's just, I don't know. I mean, it's just
There's nothing that's really classic. So to be at 11 to 20 in a top 10, there's nothing that's just like an incredible timeless classic. They're all just kind of
Earworms.
of the time, and yeah, you might like one, you might not, but there's nothing fantastic. I mean, I like Drift Away. I think it's a nice song. I like all the covers of it. Pretty good. I love the band Sweet. I think they're funny. I mean, these guys are like British glam rock. I mean,
they are amazing.
The name Little Willie is unfortunate. I get you there, but
you know what I was talking about, right? The hydraulic thingy.
This song is great, though. It just rocks. I don't know.
Right.
My mom had like this stack of 45s that I found when I was a little kid, and I used to play that song over and over. I'm sure it was super irritating. So when I saw it on the countdown, I was like, "Yeah, Little Willie." I don't know. That song kind of makes me happy. I kind of like it. Half Breed, yeah, it's not the best Cher song, but I do like old school Cher. I think overall she's pretty good. Not her best song. Frankenstein, yeah, that's a classic. I would say that's probably, I don't know, it's the standout here. Sunshine of My Life, I like it, but it's not anywhere near as good as Superstition, which I think holds up a lot better over time. Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia. But yeah, it's got an interesting story. It's like an episode of Dateline, right? Like with the cheating and the murder, and then you get the plot twist at the end. It's pretty cool. Brother Louie, interesting about an interracial relationship. It's an interesting song. Not a great song, but I thought the lyrics were okay. Delta Dawn is another one with kind of interesting lyrics. I mean, I hated the song with growing up. It's overplayed, kind of irritating. But then looking at the lyrics, and the guy actually wrote it about his mother, which I thought was odd. But it's someone who was obsessed with someone who got dumped her years ago, and she's still like crazy and walking around thinking about it. It was kind of interesting song. That Playground in My Mind, that's just downright weird. I mean,
yes, very weird.
Just downright weird. I don't know. That's it for me.
Yeah.
Mediocre bunch.
I agree with you guys on Half Breed. I do like You Are the Sunshine of My Life. It's a good song by Stevie Wonder, but I agree with Heather. I think Superstition is a better song. Little Willie is catchy. I love Drift Away. Drift Away is a great soulful song. Frankenstein, what stands out about Frankenstein to me is just the guitar solos on that are just superb. That's what I love the most about that song, more so than the actual song itself. Actually, Me and Mrs. Jones is very soulful. It's his delivery that I think is great. It's a cheating song, and it's kind of awkward, but it's just the way that Billy Paul delivers it. Just his first line out of it is just it kind of grabs you. I thought that was really good. Delta Dawn, it's overplayed. You're absolutely right. Brother Louis, it's okay. Just don't get it stuck in your head exactly right. Playground of Mine is weird. The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia was redone by a country artist. I think Tanya Tucker redid it, and I knew her version. It's just an interesting song, especially to find out that the sister was the one who really did it, and it's just like, oh my gosh. But I mean, you could almost make a movie out of that song. It's almost like something out of the Twilight Zone. But yeah, you're right. You guys, I think these are interesting songs, but I don't know that they really stand out or stood the test of time. There's maybe one or two, but yeah, I agree. I mean, it's just not there. And I want to say hi to a couple other people that have come in. Hey, Sigvaldison, glad you're here. But guys, let's talk about some songs that probably should have been in this top 25.
Oh, now here comes the
Yeah,
real
here we go.
MVP.
Let me play it.
Get your
And we have the best of the rest. So let's talk about 41 through 100. Who would like to go and air their grievances first?
get that buzzer ready. Just get it ready.
I have the buzzer ready. Do you want to go through the gauntlet first?
Yeah, I'll do that first.
All right. We asked 100 Americans. You're up to bat.
Hey, all I will tell you is that these 100 to 41, some of these songs are much better than what's in the top 40.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just start out with number 100. I mean, Papa was a Rolling Stone. Okay, that is a re-release. I believe that's from 1968 originally. But I mean, this is awesome. It Never Rains in Southern California is an awesome song. I mean, it is the 70s all the way, the early 70s. Space
I have a
Oddity
gripe
at
about
90
that song, by the way, but we'll get to me when we get to me.
Okay, Space Oddity is from 69, I think. 68. Yeah, I mean, awesome. Free Ride by Edgar Winter is amazing. I mean, all these nice things. Also, Sprung Zaragoza. Yeah, I mean, I always thought that was from the disco era much later, like 77. But, yeah, I mean, Angie by the Rolling Stones. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What have you been doing at 85? Rambling Man by the Allman Brothers.
Mm.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's 79. All this nice stuff. I mean, then you have some weird stuff like Superfly about Muhammad Ali.
Are you saying something bad about Superfly?
Uh-oh. Here comes the
Saying that it
buzzer.
didn't belong. I'm just saying that it belongs exactly at number 65.
Ooh.
No, number 69.
You were doing so good too.
Yeah,
God.
and then 69 is Hocus Pocus. I mean, this is a song that has heavy metal and yodeling. I mean, what more do you need? This is awesome. This should be much higher. Yeah, I mean,
Now you do understand you got a Kentucky boy here, so you be careful what you say about dueling banjos. All right?
Oh, that song is fire, man.
Yeah. I mean, then you have Live and Let Die. You have number 50, Smoke on the Water. You got to be freaking kidding me. That should be like number 1 or 2. The cover of the Rolling Stone is actually a very great song. It's a hilarious song. It's about buying copies of the Rolling Stone magazine for his mother. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And then you have, like I said, you have the, 41, Long Train Running. That is an amazing song. I mean, other stuff like Daniel on 48. That is great. Midnight Train to Georgia is amazing. I mean, you have all these really strong songs, and you have this stuff from 11 through 20.
Oh yeah, all these are better than the top 20.
Yeah,
It's
74
41 through
Kodachrome.
100.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yep. Heather, you want to jump in with yours?
Sure, I'm sure I agree on some, but I think got my favorite of these is Reelin' in the Years, Steely Dan.
Oh yeah.
oh, that's
That's
a
just
nice song.
amazing, right? The second
That is so nice.
single off their debut album is fantastic. It's got a cool album cover. The guitar, like when that song opens up, you just hit the guitar right out of the gate.
Mhm.
And I read Jimmy Page said that that is his favorite guitar solo of all time, which is
Mhm.
pretty impressive. But the lyrics are fire, and I love the vocal delivery on the verses. I mean, I think that
Oh yeah,
song is
Fagan. Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah. Do It Again is another great Steely Dan song,
Mhm.
but I think Reelin' in the Years is my favorite off that album.
Mhm.
Obviously, Smoke on the Water. I mean, one of the most iconic guitar riffs in rock history. That's Ritchie Blackmore's fantastic. It just rocks with the way that comes in one instrument at a time. When you start with the guitar riff, then that little snare drum.
Yeah.
The bass and the keyboards are so complex in this song, which is cool over that like just that simple, straightforward guitar riff. Just incredible. I love dueling banjos. I mean, I think like just I could even rewatch that.
Yeah. Try learning that on keys.
Oh, I bet. It just
Oh
Oh
gosh,
my
yeah.
God.
cool.
Well, you have to record two different, unless you have somebody else on another piano, you have to record
Yeah,
two
that is just
versions, two,
done.
and then you have to sync it up. That bit that I do with Bill Cipher and
Ah,
Alistor, two different recordings on the same keyboard.
it's so cool. Such a cool like answering back and forth. I love
Yeah.
that song. I love Jambalaya, man. John Fogerty.
Mhm.
That's a cool
Mhm.
song written by
Yeah,
Hank
that was
Williams.
nice.
Yeah, good. I like that one.
Mhm.
Live and Let Die, Paul McCartney.
Mhm.
Probably my favorite Paul McCartney Wings song. Live
Mhm.
and Let Die is good.
Mhm.
I think we mentioned before, right? Kodachrome, Paul Simon. That was a better song than um, what was in the earlier in the
Loves me
chart.
like a rock. Yeah.
Yeah, Ramblin' Man, the Allman Brothers. I love the Allman
Mhm.
Brothers.
Oh,
Obviously,
me too.
Money, Space Oddity. Stevie Wonder's Higher Ground is pretty decent.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Great
And
jam.
yeah, way better, I think, than You Are the Sunshine of My Life. It's a more of a rockin' song. Daniel, I love Daniel. Um, yeah,
Mhm.
those are good for me. And then I think I wanted to hit albums a little bit. Just the Aerosmith's debut album with Dream On was released that year. Led Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy came out that year, which was fantastic. And probably half of that album would be better than all the songs in this chart.
Isn't
Mhm.
that the truth?
Leonard Skinner, pronounced Leonard Skinner, came out with Simple Man and Give Me Three
Yes.
Steps. Another
Mhm.
fantastic record. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road came out, and I think we'll probably see a lot of those songs in the 1974 year, hopefully. Um, yeah, and Elvis, Live from Hawaii, is another kind of side note. I'm not going to talk about Dark Side of the Moon. We're going to talk about that, but a lot of great albums came out this year too. So those are my high points.
Yep. Tony.
There's so many on this list.
Mm.
So many. Papa was a Rolling Stone at 100. Anybody who knows me knows I love my soul music. Love my
Oh
Motown.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Space Oddity by Bowie. Well, I think it's the only one that from Ziggy Stardust that made it on the top 100 this year.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also a really, really good one, and it's an iconic song, especially with no, they played Starman during that Tesla launch. It's on the same album.
Mm-hmm.
Oral is Ghetto and Gypsy Man back to back. War is just a good gig. Can't say anything bad about him. Jambalaya on the Bayou, I agree. That's my Alistar muse is tapping me on the shoulder, going, "You better mention that." So I
Yeah.
am. But you got Ramblin' Man. That's not in the top 40. Why?
Not me.
Kodachrome.
Yeah, I mean,
Kodachrome. Why that's not in the top 40? I don't know why. Superfly, I don't care if you make fun of it. Superfly is a great song, and I love it. You will get buzzed. Dueling Banjos, what have I not said about it that hasn't been said already? I love that piece so much that I interpreted it and translated it onto the 88s, much to the chagrin of my carpal tunnel. But Smoke on the Water also is something that should have been right up there. Smoke on the Water is the third song that I wrote a song parody for at the beginning of my channel, called Woke in the Water.
That's awesome.
And if you guys want to hear it at the end of the show, just let me know. I will bring it up. It's an older one, but it still hits. Just this entire list seems to be backwards. You got the Earworms for the Sake of Radio play at the top, and the songs that have outlasted the decade and the decades subsequently at closer to the bottom. And outside of things like Monster Mash and let's just say number 4, I will say that number 4 on the top 10 and number 9 on the top 10 are the two songs that should be in the top 10.
We'll get to that in a minute, Stark.
Yeah, but it's just, again, this is an ass backwards list.
Yeah,
it is. And let me give my take real quick. So first, if you can't already tell, I probably put a bunch on there right now. But obviously,
Money.
Papa was a Rolling Stone. I have a big problem with It Never Rains in Southern California. Yes, it does. I went to the freaking national title game a couple of years ago, and it was pouring rain the whole darn time. Oh, dude, it's the worst thing when you have to walk from a tailgate to the stadium in the pouring rain, and then you get to this brand new stadium in LA, and it's leaking, and you tell them, and they're like, "It's leaking? What?" Yeah, it's leaking. It's dripping on it. It was not fun, and it was a terrible game. But we won't get into that. Free Ride by the Edgar Winter Group is great. I think it's a little bit overplayed now. I wish they'd play a little bit other songs by it, but I think that song is up there with Frankenstein. Money by Pink Floyd is awesome. We'll get into more of that later. Obviously, Jambalaya on the Bayou that you guys mentioned. Angie by the Rolling Stones is one of their best songs ever. I love that song. Let's see. Ramblin' Man by the Allman Brothers was already mentioned. I love the Allman Brothers. It's such a great band. Let's see. Kodachrome by Paul Simon's way better than She Loves Me Like a Rock.
Yeah.
Steely Dan, oh my gosh, why are they left off? Reeling the Years and Do It Again are both great. I agree with Heather right there. Let's see. What else do we have here that's good that we need to mention here? My Maria by B.W. Stevenson is actually a really good song. I like that. Here I Am, Come and Take Me by Al Green is okay. Higher Ground is a great jam by Stevie Wonder. Chicago, Feeling Stronger Every Day. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Where is that? That should be way higher than where it is. Let's see. What else? Live and Let Die is probably one of the better songs by Paul McCartney and Wings. Cisco Kid by War should be a lot higher than it is too. Your Mama Don't Dance by Loggins of Messina is a good tune. I like that as well. We mentioned Smoke on the Water. Midnight Train to Georgia, you guys mentioned, but also let me tell you the story of that song really quick. Did you know the song was originally Midnight Plane to Houston? And it was about Farrah Fawcett.
Oh, wow.
So Farrah Fawcett got into a fight with the $6 Million Man and left on a midnight plane to Houston because she's originally from Houston. So Midnight Plane to Houston. So Daniel by Elton John is one of his best songs. The Spinners, Could It Be I'm Falling in Love is another good one. Let's see.
I love the Detroit Spinners, man. They're great.
Yeah, they're great. Long Train Running by the Doobie Brothers is fantastic. Give Me Love, Give Me Peace on Earth by George Harrison probably should be a little bit higher. It's not his best, but it's still a worthy song. So, yeah, guys, I agree 100%. Where's the real top 40 is in these other songs. But
let's get the test of time.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, let's get back to our countdown and let's get the top 10 here. Okay. back to the top 10. If I can just scroll up here. All right. So at number 10, wow, we have Diana Ross with
Diana
Touch
Ross.
Me in the Morning. I was hoping for a reaction there, but Carly Simon
in
ended
the
up,
morning.
yeah.
Don't worry, Heather Eld, and especially Pepsi. I got the buzzers for you.
Yeah. You're So Vain by Carly Simon.
You thought that song was about you, didn't you?
Yes. Yes. Oh, it was about me. Yes. Billy Preston, who is the fifth Beatle, who probably made this song about the Beatles when they were filming Abbey Road. We'll Go Round in Circles. Number 7 is Crocodile Rock by Elton John. La 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 la.
Yeah, no.
After hearing that, Heather probably has to agree with Chris Robertson and saying, "Why me?" At number 6, Paul McCartney and Wings at number 5 with My Love, which is a beatdown song. Number 4 is Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye.
There it is. Let's get it on.
Number 3, Killing Me Softly with his song by Roberta Flack. Number 2 is a classic by Jim Croce, Bad Bad Leroy Brown.
Yeah.
And number 1 for that year is Tie Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree by Tony Orlando and Dawn.
Okay.
So, wow. Who wants the first crack at this top 10?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Help. Just
That
help.
sounds like you do, Agent Pepsi 1. You want to go for it?
Buzzer.
Tony likes them, I guess, huh?
Hey, look at here. Touch Me in the Morning by Diana Ross.
I'll let you have that one.
You were so right. That's a really good song. And Carly Simon, say what you want about her, she can sing. That's a good one. Crocodile Rock, I love Elton John. Yeah, this is a song of the time, but I think there are better songs out there.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, I think it's off that same album, maybe.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, much better song. Why me? I had never heard of this one. I've heard of the one from Planet Parade Project from 1983. That one's good too. I never heard that one. My Love, number 5. Are you insane? This is off the same album that was Band on the Run.
Right.
Band on the Run isn't even on here. Band on the Run should have been number 5. Not this My Love crap. And then of course you have Mr. Jim Croce talking about, Big Bad Leroy Brown. The one that had a 32. Any idiot stupid enough to carry a 32. Of course he's going to have, look like a jigsaw puzzle with his pieces missing. Yeah, but the last one, though, Tie Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree. You gotta be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. This song doesn't. It belongs to the top 40. It does not belong at number 1. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Survey says. Damn. You want a player pass?
Wow.
Oh God. Yeah. It's just a lackluster top 10,
Yeah.
right? Like the best of the bunch are okay, but none of these songs, this is not stuff that I would like.
So nice.
I would not listen to any of these on purpose. Like some of them,
would turn the radio off if they
the best ones, right? If they came on the radio, like the best ones, you wouldn't change the station. Like
Right.
Bad Leroy Brown, if that comes on the radio, yeah, it's okay. We're gonna listen to it. Like You're So Vain, yeah, if it comes on the radio, I'll listen to it. But most of these are not songs that I like actually try to listen to. Like Killing Me Softly, yeah, Roberta Flack has a good voice. It's an okay song. I might, I can leave that on, but a lot of these, man. Crocodile Rock, like Elton John has so many great songs, and this is just not one of them.
You didn't even like it when he was on the Muppet Show and did this song?
No.
He falls into the swamp.
Do I need to go get Kermit? I'll go get Kermit.
No. I mean, I love Elton John. I think he has a ton of great songs, but this one is
She left.
just not a good song. It's just not good.
Pepsi made like a tree and got out of here.
He turns and the puppet crocodiles are doing the la
Yeah.
And there's kind of like novelty songs, right? Like Ty Yellow
Yeah.
Ribbon, kind of a novelty. Bad Leroy Brown. It's kind of funny. I don't know. I just none of this stuff is great.
Let's get it home.
Well, Heather, are you just mad at Susie
Well,
for
if
leaving Elton? Is that what happened?
If it's Harvey singing, but you know.
She got booted out of StreamYard, so come back in. It's the duck of death, ladies and gentlemen. Once again,
the songs just scared her away, man. She just had a repellent sort of reaction, and couldn't take it anymore.
That's weird. Hopefully she'll be back, especially since we're going over Dark Side. But
yeah, I'm just not. I don't know. Not a lot to say about each individual song. I just don't. They just kind of Not a top 10 for me.
Yeah.
There's two songs on here that make the list for me, and both of them are good at what they are at, you know. Marvin Gaye, obviously, and you know, You're So Vain. I Got Clouds in My Coffee, all right? But that's really the extent of it. Everything else is, I mean, they're all earworms. It's something that since the beginning of the show. It's on the radio, it's going to get stuck in your head, and it's going to be stuck in your head until you hear it again after like an hour or so, just to get it out of your head. It's one of those phenomenons where it's like, yeah, this is my favorite song, not because, you know, people genuinely liked it. It's because I have to listen to the song again to get it out of my head. And so the Nielsen box ratings on the radios are like, yeah, it seems we got our chart toppers, you know. But I digress. 74 at least will be a little bit better.
I hope.
I hope so.
But this has been mediocre.
Yeah. I had never heard Touch Me in the Morning by Diana Ross until today, and didn't like it. Didn't belong in the top 10. I love You're So Vain. I don't think it should be this high, but it's a catchy song. It's a good song. I still think it's totally about Warren Beatty, even though it's supposedly about a bunch of people.
I thought it was about Mick Jagger.
Well, Mick Jagger sings background on it, but Warren Beatty's the one that owns the horse and went to Nova Scotia. And so, like, all the factual stuff that she names in there are stuff that Warren Beatty actually did. So it's kind of funny. We'll Go Round in Circles is kind of catchy, but it's not a top 10 hit. It's probably not even a top 40 hit. Crocodile Rock, honestly, nostalgia for me because of the Muppets. But you're right. There are other Elton John songs which are better than that.
Mm-hmm.
Why Me is the first time I'd heard this Chris Christopherson song. It's more of a probably belongs on maybe a gospel top 20 rather than this. This and Delta Dawn are kind of the gospel songs here. Right. And I don't think it should be that high at all. My Love just annoys me. It's overplayed. It's too sappy. I'm done with that song. It's an okay song, but get it out of here. There's so many better songs on that album than that one. I just, ugh. Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye's a classic. Killing Me Softly with his song. I'm so sick of the remake of it that I'm done with that song too. Bad Leroy Brown is a good song. It's not Jim Croce's best song, not my favorite song by him, but I like it. Operator's my favorite song by him. Yeah, I love Jim Croce. I wish he hadn't died because I would have loved to see what he would have done with a couple more albums. Time in a Bottle and Operator are two of my favorite Jim Croce songs of all time. Tie Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree. Not number one. It's a catchy song. Probably belongs in the top 100, but nowhere near number one. I don't know what people were smoking when they thought that that was the best song of 1973.
Well, wasn't so Sigvaldison was saying in the chat that he heard it. Was it during like the hostage thing? So people kept playing it.
Oh, okay.
I'm
But
trying
that,
to find. I can't find his post now, but it seems like it was during like the the Iran hostage years, and so
that went until
maybe they
79,
kept.
was it?
Well, that was in '79, I think. Oh, well, maybe they played it then. So that wouldn't make it popular in '73. I wonder what went on in '73 that would have made that like a popular
I mean,
song.
the only thing I knew about it was like Vietnam War.
Oh, Vietnam War, maybe that could be it. I'm just wondering, like, is there something that happened that people would be playing like sort of a missing, someone needing to come home kind of
Missing
song?
GI or something like that
Yeah,
thing.
right. Would there be a reason for it? But I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only thing. So it's just crazy. So, well, let's hope Agent Pepsi 1 can come back because we're doing a new segment here. So this is albums we love. And this album happened to come out in 1973. We haven't decided if we're going to do albums we love from the actual year or if we're going to do albums we love overall. We'll figure that out and tell you the next one. But this one is actually from 1973. And let me introduce it. Here we go.
Welcome to a journey through Pink Floyd's masterpiece. The album delves into themes of time, mental health, and existentialism. Experience iconic tracks like Time and Money. Visuals that enhance the auditory experience. Join us in celebrating this timeless album. Dive into the emotions the music evokes. Let's celebrate the dark side of the moon.
You really need to have me narrate some scripts for you.
Oh, I know. I got if you want
The
me to
robot voice is the robot.
Yeah, that's I decided to do something.
That's what I got here. Robots, maybe.
Cool artwork.
Anyway, I thought this
Pretty
was pretty
though.
cool
Pretty
artwork.
artwork,
but-
Yeah. I like
Okay,
that.
so Dark Side of the Moon. I'm going to give you guys some facts about it, tell you a little bit about it. It's pretty cool. It's interesting. So, a few records in the history of music have achieved the status, influence, and enduring mystique of Dark Side of the Moon. It was released in March of '73. Not only redefined what a concept album is, but also became one of the best selling and most critically acclaimed albums of all time. The journey to its creation was marked by relentless innovation, personal reflection, and an extraordinary commitment to artistic ambition. Making of Dark Side of the Moon is a story of experimentation, collaboration, and the pursuit of sublime sound. So, just so you know, at this point in Pink Floyd's history, this was, I think, their 8th album. Syd Barrett was the original lead singer of Pink Floyd. And a couple albums prior, they brought on David Gilmour because Syd Barrett would have these lapses where he wouldn't show up to a concert. So they had to have somebody else that could play and could sing. So they brought in David Gilmour, and David Gilmour actually grew up with Syd Barrett. They went to school together. And there was a time when you had both Syd Barrett and David Gilmour in the band. At this point, Syd Barrett had already had his mental breakdown, and it was shocking to the band. They had a hard time with it. And a lot of what happened to Syd influences this album and several other albums on down the line. So this one and Wish You Were Here were the dominant ones that were really influenced by Syd. And then The Wall, and then you had Animals that were both somewhat influenced by him. But both this album and the following one, Wish You Were Here, were definitely influenced by what happened with Syd. So, I mean, it was interesting. So the engineer on this album, do you guys know who it was?
Alan Parsons.
Alan Parsons, yeah, from Alan Parsons Project, yeah. So he was the engineer on it. And basically, if you look at this, they already had their group. Their previous album, Metal, hinted at the group's growing ambition and cohesion. And really, the thing about this album is it's when Pink Floyd kind of really came together and worked really tightly as a group. This is the album that caused them to go from, your kind of garage house band that toured a lot, that was more local, to something more worldwide and more catchy. A lot of concepts in this album. Dark Side of the Moon emerges from Roger Waters' desire to explore universal human experiences of madness, conflict, time, death, greed, and alienation. Waters, who would become the band's primary lyricist and conceptual architect, sketched the album that could serve as a mirror for the anxieties and pressures of modern life. The theme of insanity particularly pointed to the band because of Syd Barrett. So the band began developing material for Dark Side of the Moon as early as 1972. Rather than writing in isolation, they worked together on the album. So the original working title was Eclipse, a piece for assorted lunatics. This allowed Pink Floyd to refine both music and conceptual flow, gauging audience reactions, and iterating songs like Breathe, Time, and On the Run. So they began performing some of these in their concerts prior to this album even being released. Guess where they recorded this album? Very famous studio.
Abbey Road, right?
Yeah, Abbey Road. So recording took place primarily at Abbey Road Studios in London between June 1972 and January 1973 with engineer Alan Parsons. And the choice of the studio was significant. Abbey Road had been the home of the Beatles' most famous work, and its advanced technology provided Pink Floyd with the tools to realize their vision. Each band member brought unique elements to the sessions. David Gilmour's soaring guitar leads, which he's famous for. I love David Gilmour. And velvety vocals become the central to the album's sound, while Richard Wright's lush keyboard painted the landscapes with rich texture. Nick Mason's precise, inventive drumming grounded the music, and Roger Waters' lyrical contributions and bass line provided thematic core. It was marked by innovation. So the band made extensive use of new synthesizer technology, including EMS synth, AKS, and BCS3, particularly on tracks like On the Run, tape loops and sound effects, unconventional recording techniques, such as heartbeats and alarm clocks, Speak to Me in Time, respectively. The first track was actually, guess which one was recorded first?
I don't know. I couldn't.
It's them.
Hmm.
It was on 31st of May, followed 7 days later by Money. For Money, Waters had created an effects loops and an unusual time signature. So that's what's so unusual about this. It's like the first hit in like 6/4 time.
Right.
So that's kind of interesting. Anyway, from recordings, Money related objects, including coins thrown into a mixing bowl in his wife's pottery studio. These were re-recorded to take advantage of the band's decision to create a quadraphonic mix on the album. Although Parsons later expressed dissatisfaction with the result of this mix, which attributed to the lack of time and shortage of a multi-track tape recorder. So they're doing all this on analog, folks.
Yeah.
Which to me is why it sounds better.
Multiple strips, multiple recordings.
I think it always sounds better on analog.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just way better than having everything computerized and digitized, and you don't even have real people on percussion anymore because they've got it all just locked in. That's why it lacks soul.
Back in the day, sound mixers, they were titanic towers.
Yeah.
Multiple tape decks, multiple recording decks, each with their own settings, personal built-in EQs. Line-ins for days. You want to talk about line-ins? There was ports on every deck of these towers, these massive towers, where people could just record a track in a studio, make sure it's plugged into the right deck, record another part of the track, put it in a different deck, and then just blend it onto a master tape for final review and recording. And it took a lot of time. This wasn't something you just pull up Fruity Loops on your PC and blend yourself. This took hours upon hours, man hours, and effort. And if you had to remove a take, if you bloopered, there went half your day.
Oh yeah, it was awful. And then you put it on a master and then record off of that too. So yeah, it was crazy. So speaking of time, so you had Us and Them, then Money, then Time and Great Gig in the Sky were recorded next, followed by a 2-month break. So they started off and they recorded 4 songs, and then they had to take a break, during which they spent time touring the United States. The recording sessions were frequently interrupted. Waters, a supporter of Arsenal, would break to see his team compete, and the band would occasionally stop to watch this famous British comedy show.
Money Python.
Yeah, they did this while Parsons worked on the tracks. Gilmore recalled, but when we were on a roll, we would get on. After touring the U.S., they recorded Brain Damage, Eclipse, Any Color You Like, and On the Run, and fine-tuned work from previous sessions. 4 female vocalists were assembled to sing Brain Damage, Eclipse, and Time. And saxophonist Dick Perry, he does an incredible job on this album, was booked to play on Us and Them and Money. With director Adrian Mabin, the band also filmed studio footage for Pink Floyd Live at Pompeii. Their album was completed and signed off at Abbey Road on 9 February 1973. Gilmore recalled the band listening to the finished album for the first time as a moment of great joy and satisfaction. And the feeling of achievement that we've really gone the extra mile. There's a couple more about sound effects and musical structure real quick. So they used sound effects and spoken word. Alan Parsons was instrumental in capturing the sonic details. For example, the famous cash register, which you hear on Money, and coin sounds that introduced Money were painstakingly assembled as a tape loop, as Tony was talking about. Clocks for Time recorded in an antique store, all chiming in unison. Let's try to get that done.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like that scene in Back to the Future in the opening part where all those clocks were in sync with one another.
Yeah.
That takes time. That takes time to just actually go, okay, I'm turning this clock on now. How about the rest of you guys? All 20 of them going, yo.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, the interviews where you hear, I was really drunk at the time, that kind of stuff, that's the studio staff. So studio staff, roadies, and others present at Abbey Road were interviewed, and Waters devised a set of flashcards with questions like, when was the last time you were violent and you were in the right? And are you afraid of dying? These answers were woven through the album, leading to a sense of authenticity and intimacy to its exploration of anxiety and morality. That's cool. I didn't even know that. So musical structure and seamlessness. So the defining feature of Dark Side of the Moon, it is its seamlessness, the way tracks flow into one another, creating an uninterrupted listening experience. This was achieved through careful composition and editing, as well as the use of reoccurring motifs, both musical and lyrical. The album functions as a single integrated work rather than a collection of songs with themes and sonic elements reappearing throughout. I mean, this is just, the engineering and editing on this album is just fantastic. I mean, it's a work of art just on that alone. Yeah. Richard writes, Great Gig in the Sky features wordless emotional vocal performance by Claire Torrey, and she's amazing, who improvised her iconic singing in a single unforgettable session. Us and Them showcases the band's mastery of dynamics and atmosphere, which I would totally agree. And Any Color You Like allows for instrumental exploration. The artwork of the album is pretty cool. Got to talk about that real quick. So no discussion of Dark Side of the Moon is complete without that. It's designed by Storm Thorgerson and Hypnosis. The album's prism and rainbow motif has become one of the most instantly recognizable images music
Yep.
history. Clean geometric design reflects the album's clarity and focus, while the spectrum of color hints an emotional range within. It's just so cool. Release and reception. It was met with immediate critical and commercial success. It became a global phenomenon, topping the charts and captivating listeners. Like we mentioned, 741 weeks to the Billboard 200 chart. Critics praise this as one of the best albums of all time. Half a century later, it still remains iconic. And it just conclusion of it, it's one of the biggest albums, one of the greatest albums of all time. Here are just some quotes about it real quick. Sold over 45 million copies worldwide, making it the band's best-selling release, the best-selling album in the 1970s, fourth best-selling album in history. In 2012, it was preserved by the Library of Congress. Gilmour said in 1993, all the music before had not had any great lyrical point to it, and this one was clear and concise. Mason said when they finished the album, Pink Floyd felt confident that it was the best work to date, but were surprised by its commercial success. He said not only about being a good album, but also being the right place at the right time. So interesting stuff. Then in the 1990s, we get this, and showing this picture, Dark Side of Oz. In the 1990s, it was discovered that playing Dark Side of the Moon alongside the 1939 film Wizard of Oz produced moments of apparent synchronicity. And it was suggested that this was intentional, which it was sure as hell not.
No, this was coincidental.
Yeah. Basically, such moments include Dorothy beginning jogging at the lyric, "No one told you when to run" during time, balancing on a tightrope style during Balance the Biggest Wave and Breathe, and putting her ear to the Tin Man's chest in the album following the closing heartbeats, Our Heart. So it's interesting. I've got all the Dark Side of the Oz stuff, but I don't know if you want to do that.
Now this is something that I can touch on.
Go ahead.
What came of this is deeper exploration into musical theory. Okay. And just how music can be the soundtrack of your life. This is one of those case in points where you go, "Hey, I got a soundtrack to my life," right? Like if things are happening around you and a song, you just happen to hear a song and it's like perfectly fitting. It's that kind of concept. Music is a form of communication. Music is not just an art form. It can convey human emotion in a way that is deeper than just conversing about it or even showing empathy towards it or sympathy even. This is a case where the coincidences line up simply because music often can communicate with itself in the same way that music communicates to us. Music is the universal language, to quote the Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And this is just one of I think I've seen people talking about this. Like there was essays written about it in musical theory classes over this phenomenon, over the Dark Side of Oz. And it holds up because at the end of the day, I mean, music, like any art piece, is a form of interpretation. But because music is so communicative, there are mutual epiphanies that can come from it. There's mutual understandings, unspoken understandings. That's why people can go, "Oh, yeah, you're right. Why do you think there's mashup songs like Thunderstruck and Ghostbusters, right? Thunderbolt.
Right.
You've heard that, and you understand where I'm coming from because this phenomenon here is no different than Thunderbusters. Music can only communicate in so many ways because it has to be the antithesis of noise. It's patterned, it's structured, and it conveys what the musician or composer wants it to convey. And so that's the reason why you get all these mashup songs nowadays and all these, this is a soundtrack of my life kind of thing. So this is just one of those weird coinky dink moments where music is like, you know what? I'm gonna hang out with this other musical piece. I'm gonna hang out with this other tempo, this step. This one was pretty wild. This was one of the first ones too. But then,
you're supposed to start the album on the third lion roar. So when you start Wizard of Oz, press play on the music.
Yep.
After the third lion roar.
Mhm.
My brother and I were in Austin spending the night at my mom's house. She lives down there. And this is when I think I was in college and he was in high school. And it was late at night and we found the public access channel. We saw Wizard of Oz coming on. And then all of a sudden Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon started playing. We're like, what the hell is this? And we were mesmerized because I was a Pink Floyd fan even back then. And I liked Dark Side of the Moon, but I was just like, what the hell am I watching? This is kind of cool, but it's creepy.
It's awesome.
It's
awesome.
weird, but it
is creepy because it's uncanny because you don't recognize the synergy at first until you do, and then it's when you realize that you go, oh, yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's just interesting, and you know, such an interesting synchronicity, but such a great album.
Be right back, folks.
Yep. So, Heather, what are your thoughts on this album? When did you first hear this? When did you first buy it? Do you still own it?
I definitely still own it and have a better copy. I can't even remember the first time that I bought it. Probably in college, but yeah, this is one that I had to get a better quality release of for sure, and still own it. It's what I like about it is it's one piece of music. Like I don't even think about it as a bunch of songs. To me, you kind of have to listen to this whole album in one sitting. It's not one where I jump around or really listen to individual songs, with the exception of Time sometimes, because that's like by far my favorite song on the album. Just whatever it is, musically and lyrically, just speaks to me. I really love that song. So that's one of the few that I will listen to just kind of in isolation. The rest of it just needs to be like just together. I love how even like, in Time, you kind of at the end hear a little bit of how Breathe sounded.
The Breathe
it's
response.
yeah, just not even how one flows into the next, but certain songs call back to earlier songs. It's really just like a symphony composition where it's really all just one structure. And yeah, some moments like Breathe is great. Us and Them has some fantastic music in it. With the horn section and then the guitar over it later is really beautiful. I really love listening to that piece too. But this is one that you can always revisit, and it's just a great one to just like a lot of times I'll be listening to music when I'm out doing stuff, whatever, like doing chores or you do stuff around the house. This is one where you kind of want to sit and listen and just listen with good quality speakers.
With good quality
Yeah.
things that we won't elaborate on.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, maybe some little mood enhancers, but some good quality headphones or speakers at least. It's just an experience all on its own. Really unique in that way, because a lot of bands do a concept album, and it is the concept album, but this is one of the really just one where it's really just one piece. It's not even, it goes beyond a concept album. It's just all kind of a solid piece of music all together. So really, really great.
Yeah, Tony, what are your thoughts on the album outside of Dark Side of Oz?
This album is just another one of those iconic pieces exploring the theory of sound and how sound can communicate and emote and identify with a purpose. Some of the mixing on this album there is no comparison at all. This is a beautiful, beautiful album, and Alan Parsons' engineering is shining on this. Obviously, everybody and their mother will talk about money, to the ends of the earth, but I liked Eclipse. I liked Breathe in the Air.
Yeah.
And The Great Gig in the Sky is actually my favorite one on here. each song is so different from one another, and yet it is a chronicle of connections from one to the next. You could listen to any song off of Dark Side and single it out, and it's just as good as the album altogether. This is one of those rare cases where the sum is more than just its parts. It's just beautiful. It's great music, and it does help to have something that increases the sensitivity of your hearing, and as a result, your mental stimuli.
Yeah. Well, also, if you listen to this thing, if you got surround sound,
Oh yeah,
oh my gosh,
Oh, because the panning.
lots of Pink
Yeah.
Floyd stuff with surround sound.
all over the room.
So, all right, I'm going to go on a little bit of a my take on this. I think Roger Waters' lyrics are interesting. I love David Gilmour's voice, and I love David Gilmour's guitar playing. This album is just so beautiful. I mean, I listened to it cover to cover. It's one of the reason why I chose it as our first albums we love is it's one of those, when I think about an album you love, it's got to be something that you can pretty much listen to cover, and it's like every song fits.
Yeah.
It's something that you'll listen to the whole thing to, and you're not buying an album just for the hits. This is why we bought albums back in the day, and why I think album-oriented rock is so important, and I hope to God it's coming back. This is also an album that when I see that albums are coming back and I see younger kids looking at music and trying to understand music, which is so awesome. I can't believe younger generations buying vinyl. And I'm sitting there going, vinyl was going out of style when I was a kid, and it's tapes and CDs. And, oh my gosh. And then trying to tell them that, hey, look, you need to check out this album by Pink Floyd. This is an amazing album. You need to listen to it front and back. It's awesome. And then they take it and they look at it and listen to it, and they're like, oh my gosh, blown away, just like I was when I first heard it. It's the two outstanding tracks to me, my favorites. I hate to be on Heather's coattails, but we agree on this. I love Time. Time is my favorite song. I like it better than Money.
Yeah.
And Us and Them, the saxophone on Us and Them is so incredible.
Saxophone was left field to me, but that's part of the charm.
It's such a beautiful song. And I love his vocals on both. Time is so interesting because it's got all the intricacies, and then it's got the breathe response, which is so amazing. But Us and Them has the saxophone, and it trails from the end of Money right into Us and Them. And it's such a beautiful transition. The transitions on this album from song to song are so incredible. You sit there and you're like, oh my gosh, am I listening to an orchestra?
Yeah.
It's tighter than any other album I've ever heard. I mean, there's some tight albums that I love. I mean, like, Led Zeppelin 4, the whole first half of Led Zeppelin 4 is pretty tight and pretty awesome how everything goes. Black Dog right into Rock and Roll, right into Battle of Evermore, right into Stairway is a great transition. This one kicks its butt in transitions. I mean, it's just so well engineered. I mean, it's the best engineered I've ever heard in my entire life. And when you start learning about recording and doing that, when I got into college and have a degree in radio, TV, film, and learning all about that, it's fantastic. And yes, I agree. SP4H, Money is way overplayed. Yes, it is. Us and Them needs to get more play on that. And Brain Damage and the last two songs are fantastic when they go together. They play them on the classic rock station. But but that's Pink Floyd, and that's Dark Side of the Moon. What are you guys' thoughts in the chat about Dark Side of the Moon? Is this one of your favorite albums? Is this an album you love? Let us know in the comments below. I wish Agent Pepsi 1 could come back. I don't know what happened to her.
I tried. I told her it says refresh your browser, reset. Duck of death, man.
Yeah, internet not cooperating.
Yeah, crazy stuff. But anyway, I want to let you guys go ahead and plug away. Tony, what have you got coming up on your channel?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Heavens to Betsy. Nothing today. But I will be hanging out with our good friend Theta of the Grid here in just a few minutes. And by that, I'm going to be sending our resident alien over there, Cryptosporidium 142.
Yeah. Also, did you send a link to his channel so everybody can jump to his
Look in
channel?
the chat.
Cool.
Yep,
Awesome.
he's got it.
Perfect. Good job.
He's got it.
I've been doing this
I
for
knew
a
I
little
wrenched
bit,
you.
Robert. I've been
I
doing
knew I
this for a
wrenched
little
you.
bit, Robert. Come on now. You're undercutting me. No. But I will be hanging out with him just a few minutes with the alien, so I won't be there. I'll be in the chat making sure the alien doesn't, blow up half of the planet. But other than that, you can also catch me on Late Night Tales from the Dark Side at Stupendo. We'll be starting just a little bit later than normal. It's a show on Stupendo where we just look at funny stuff and random stuff on the internet, and we all have a laugh and maybe a few drinks and a good time. Then I'm taking the next 2 days off. Monday and Tuesday, I'm going to be cranking out a lot of uploads in my queue and get caught up there. Obviously, Stark's Thursday matinee, not just for Heather L's convenience, but for everybody else, will be starting at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 Central going forward. And given the late and great Tom Lehrer, it is a variety show to hit up before the big one on Friday. So if you like, the cream of the crop, mine's pretty creamy myself. So if I do say so myself, so feel free to check out not just the big variety show, but your humble little corner drugstore variety show on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern going forward. And we will be paying a little homage to the great Tom Lehrer. And that's all I got coming up on. That's our daily on the 8s. Back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. And subscribe to Stark of Iron. Stark, go ahead and put your
1701.
Sub to him. He's trying to get to 2,000 before the end of September, and we want him to get there. We actually want him to blow it away, and we want him to get to 20,000 or 30,000 or 100,000 because he's such a great guy. So, yes, subscribe to Stark of Iron if you're not already there. Heather, I know you're not a YouTuber, but what would you like to plug? You're a wrench somewhere.
Just because you like the number 1701 doesn't mean you have to stay there, right?
I know.
You can get higher. Just thanks for having me here again. This is always great chatting about music, hanging out with you guys. These are fun. Thanks so much to the chat. It's great seeing you, and hope to see you over on Overlord DVD's channel. Come hang out with me in the chat where I'm a wrench on Pop Culture Breakdown and Friday Night Frolics. I think it should be fun. I'm sure there will be a lot of Fantastic Four reviewing coming up soon.
Of course. Rob Wright and I got to hang out talking Fantastic Four during his initial reaction, and boy howdy, it's a doozy, isn't it? It's a movie, I guess.
I gave a non-spoiler review with my thoughts on Fantastic Four. If you want me to do a spoiler one, let me know. I'm happy to spoil away, but I want my audience to request that. Folks, got a couple things coming up on my channel. Did see an actual fun movie. Now, it's not the greatest film ever. I didn't have high expectations for it, but it was a lot of fun. Happy Gilmore 2. So I'll review that on my channel. It'll be spoiler free. That's out on Netflix. Also, folks, if you hadn't had a chance to see it, I'm going to do a review on this. Billy Joel has a new documentary on HBO Max called And So It Goes. It goes through his entire kind of life and musical career. The interesting thing is he didn't pull any punches. He has former band members who he fired that are interviewed that talk about that. He has all of his ex-wives on there, and there are plenty of them. And they all tell the story of not only, their time with Billy that was good, but their time with Billy when they broke up. And you can find all the dirt and all the interesting stuff on that. It's a good documentary. I'll encourage you to watch it, but also review it and tell you what was good about it, what was kind of about it. And, it's in 2 parts. It's rather long, but it's actually pretty good. Then we've got Pop Culture Breakdown on Doomcock's channel on Wednesday night. Guess what? The movie of the week has finally been decided. Any guess on what it is? We kind of referenced it already.
Not Happy
Let's
Gilmore.
go ahead and throw out the
Not
drum
Happy
roll.
Gilmore. No.
Good.
All right, you ready? Dun, 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 dun,
Rocky?
dun, dun, dun.
Didn't they already do Rocky?
Not one,
2, 3,
not two.
3, 4,
Yep.
5.
Dun, 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 dun. Rocky 3. Rocky 3, which has a
Bubba
cameo
Lang.
by none other than Hulk Hogan. So
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Rocky 3 is our movie of the week. Should be great. That was the first Rocky movie that I ever saw.
That is with Clubber Lang,
So,
yes.
with
Clubber
Clubber Lang,
Lang.
Mr.
Clubber
T.
Lang.
So it should be a
Ivan
lot of fun.
Drago.
No, that's Rocky 4.
Oh, that's
Rocky
Rocky
4 was
4.
Drago.
Yeah.
Rocky
Oh, yeah,
4.
Clubber Lang is the guy.
Clubber Lang is
Dolph
3.
Lundgren,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, Clubber Lane is 3. So,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
Tim Cox channel. And then join us next Sunday. Heather L. and I will be on with historian Marty Morgan as we go through episode 2 of not Master
Pacific.
The Pacific.
Pacific.
Episode 2 of the Pacific.
We need to figure out a
Next
day.
week.
I forgot to mention this, but Hangar 18 will return, and we will be discussing the career of both Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne. But it just won't be on a Sunday, apparently, since you guys are doing the thing every Sunday. So we have to figure out
I
a day
do
for
the
that.
thing every Sunday, but we'll figure it out.
Rob
We'll
is,
figure it out.
but I'm not. But we could always
Yeah.
do it after, right? Because Rob's is a little bit early now, or
Yeah, we could. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
I'm
Depending
saying
on
that's 2 discographies, studio discographies. It's Black
well, we
Sabbath
gotta
and Ozzy.
do just Black Sabbath, the Ozzy years, right? Because otherwise, it's gonna get too long. And it's a
Yeah.
little too off topic,
The
right?
Ozzy years,
So,
right? Yeah.
Ozzy years, and then the Dio years are really their own thing. They're like a completely
Yeah.
different band with him anyway. So I think it would be a good split.
But anyway, join us on that. Also, coming up on my channel, we've got episode 2 of the Pacific, and then we're gonna kick off with a Western movie that we're gonna review too, and that should be interesting because we'll review the Western movie, tell you all about it, and we will also talk about the historical impacts of it. So Marty might actually join us for that. So that's gonna be
Oh,
that's gonna be
really?
a lot of fun. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that'll be fun coming up. But folks, thank you so much for this extended, a little bit longer episode. I know we had to deal with some people that we lost. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe, send us out. I definitely need the watch hours. I'm about 1,200 away from getting monetized, so it should
Let's
be
get
good.
this man monetized. He works hard.
Yeah, and then also Theta Zord, go to his channel, which is in the link below. He's got some great stuff. Theta Zord is a brother. We need to support him. He's had some health issues. Please support him in any way, shape, or form. He's a great guy. And I'm going to close it with a little advertisement, but I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Oh, heavens and Betsy.